Difference gets its name. Get in the truck, ride the wave of the sound. The 99%, we're breaking new ground. It costs nothing to be kind, that's the creed. Join the 99, fulfill the need. Get in the truck, ride the wave of the sound. The 99%, we're breaking new ground. It costs nothing to be kind, that's the creed. Join the 99.
Hey, welcome to the award-winning 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl, broadcasting live from Fishbowl Studios here in Bedford, Texas. We are proudly sponsored by Glenn Lawson and the Biker Wolfpack. Ow! Glenn's not going to be here today.
Speaker with that one.
I know, man. Glenn, I heard that static coming up. Woo! We let that one go, man. See, that's how much we care about the Biker Wolfpack. we want to yell to the top of the clouds, man. 737 the Wolf, 737 the Wolf. Check out Glenn Lawson and the Bike Wolfpack for all your accident and accident needs. Welcome, Pitbull. What's going on?
Oh, just still recovering from the weekend.
Yeah, huh?
I had a friend who had a birthday and we went to Studio 80.
Oh, so did who'd you go to with? Because my neighbors went to Studio 80 for her birthday on Saturday.
It was Friday.
Oh, Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, they went
It was Friday.
Yeah, Studio 80. Jeff is the owner of Studio 80. Pretty cool place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Jeff and Frankie, who owns Fizz now in Grapevine as well. And man, Studio 80 was a great place to hang out. Always pumping some good music. Always something going on.
I realize I'm out of shape because
Really?
I wore heels. I'm like, because we dressed up, and then I'm dancing, and then it was the whole. Oh, I'm leaning back. Oh, I have no thigh muscles. And then my friend just luckily put her hand out just in time to save my ass. Yes. Thanks, Vanessa. Love you.
Big shout out to Trailblazer. You went to Will Hoyt's, and Trailblazer from the Thin Blue Line she got married.
Yes. And you know the funny thing about that? So me and my best friend were talking about our weekend plans like a week ago. I was like, well, I got a wedding. She's like, I got a wedding on Sunday. I was like, really? I was like, we're going in Grapevine, Will Hoyt's. Me too. I'm like, and of course you're like, what time? Like how many weddings?
How many weddings could be there?
Will Hoyt's, 2:00. It was her when she was young, or as a single mom, her first long time ago.
Yeah.
That was their neighbor. And so her son grew up with their son.
Wow.
And then of course I was like, well, I know Trailblazer from the show.
Small world.
Yeah.
Small world. Well, congratulations to Trailblazer with the Thin Blue Line, LAMC, man. God bless. Happy travels through your through your marriage, man.
Yes.
Hopefully this is the one and only, but we know it probably won't be. Oh, it's maybe a practice husband. Who knows? Hey, welcome JFW, man. JF, how's your face, brother? We were just talking about
how's your face?
How's your face? We were just talking about the Ultimate Studio 80 over in Fort Worth, soon to open up one in Dallas.
I could see him in a 70s outfit.
Who, John JFW? Oh my God, yeah. Well, he's got the slick back hair. Hey. Carrying the paint down 82nd Street like John Travolta, right?
Yes. I need to see it. Yeah. He's like, let me get my outfit on.
Yeah. all decked out in white, right?
I was thinking baby blue.
Baby blue.
That's what I had, man.
Hey, big shout out to Micah with Texas Harley Davidson, who Texas Harley Davidson gave away all these amazing little cooler mugs, man. I mean, these are pretty sturdy, really cool little party favors. You can put some your favorite.
The Ambassador of Fun knows how to pass out some fun.
They gave them away this Saturday to everybody that came into Texas Harley Davidson.
Yeah, these are nice.
Once again, they are off the charts. Micah, the Ambassador of Fun, is doing so many great things for the community, through the biker community, through foundations, organizations. We're going to get into that in a little while. Today's show, man, we got U.S. Air Force veteran Steve Gross.
Among so many other things on his resume.
Man, yes. And he is part of Roll Call.
Vice president of Roll Call.
Oh, he's vice president.
Vice president.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, explain a little bit what Roll Call is before. I know we'll get into it with him, but just to the audience.
Brief little thing that Roll Call does. They do so many things, but what I got involved with them is that they have a luncheon that they do every month, and it is a sit-down luncheon. You RSVP because the seats are limited. But yeah, they have a sit-down lunch, catered, served. It's like not like go to a counter. It's not tray table. You get served a nice meal. Nice. They have a presentation. There's some veterans that talk. They talk about stories and things that they went through. I mean, and it's just it's a night. But every July they do not have a luncheon. So the Beers and Betties is in July, hosted by the Battling Buddies. So stay tuned for that.
We'll get into that. Gary Michaels, thanks for showing up. And Tattoo Mark is also on the air. Welcome, Tattoo Mark. Gary Michaels, the only comedy biker hypnotist in the world.
He hypnotized one of my buddies, Letty Cha-Cha.
I know, she's still naked.
Shut up.
She still hasn't put her clothes on since Gary Michaels hypnotized her.
That is a lie. It's fake news. But no, like, seriously, I've never known anybody that has done it. Like, has actually, because I didn't get picked.
Well, he also hypnotized Bear.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, and Billy Ball. Billy Ball was a vendor there, and she
in the back.
And she was in the back, and
like,
she got hypnotized. She went right out, man. So check out Gary Michaels.
Yes,
it's the real deal. When it comes to hypnosis, some people are able to go into that trance.
Yeah, there's like a whole process to get people in it, and you see and then it weeds out people and brings out people, and then if you're in it, you're in it, and then he's like you, and I'm like.
And he's amazing on what he does. He's been traveling all over the country. I know he's got a cruise coming up in April that he is going to be the host of.
That's so
cruise.
Fits.
Yeah.
That's so fit.
He's going to get everybody on the cruise hypnotized, and he's going to
steal their wallets
and steal their wallets.
Just kidding. But that would be kind of cool if you were a hypnotist like that. Be like at the bar, be like,
"Yep.
I have no tab."
That would be cool. Right?
I mean, just follow this quarter. Boop.
Yep.
Tab gone.
Boop. Boop. No tab.
No tab.
Boop. All right.
He's done that. He's had to have done that.
Oh, I'm sure he has.
Had to have done
I'm sure he has.
I want to know.
And then we got Jerry Renshaw, the country music artist. He's going to be coming on with Janie Balderas in our country music artist section. Yes. So that's going to be a lot of fun. They're going to be out of Austin, Texas. So stay tuned for that. Plus Lori Montoya with Biker Down, Billy Ball with Hemp and Hounds, and the ever famous Mongolog. But we're going to tell you all about that after a word from our sponsor. Had a brain fart.
Hey everybody, this is Glenn with Glenn Larson Law and Biker Wolfpack Law. And I got one simple concept today. Don't be a tough guy. Don't try to do it on your own. And also, don't talk to the bad guys. So what do I mean? Don't be a tough guy means go get medical attention right away and tell the doctors everything that's wrong with you. Make sure to do that, because if you don't, it's going to mess up your case. Number two, if you have a problem with your roof, do you hire a roofer? If you have an injury situation and you need help, hire legal professional representation. Our firm is one of those firms, and we stand ready to help. Number three, most importantly, heaven forbid, do not speak to the insurance companies without legal representation. That's it in a nutshell. Thanks for listening.
Leather Up will keep you safe while looking great with a huge selection of armored and casual flannel shirts. From beaded to sleeveless, Leather Up's got badass gear for all riders and all seasons. Leather Up with 3.5 million customers since 1999. Iconic biker brands like Milwaukee Leather and Hot Leathers to give you the largest selections anywhere. Comfort, variety, classic styling, and affordability with free same-day shipping on orders over $100. Visit leatherup.com and use the promo code MAYHEM for 20% off.
Hey, I'm Natalie Brett, widow of Daniel John Brett, U.S. Army. I am with Three Star Families of America and Heroes in the Sky, and I ride with 99.
The rubber meets the road, we stand.
Hi y'all, I'm Celeste and I ride with the 99.
Hey, this is Tex McDormand with Arcane Mania, and I ride with 99.
Hey, welcome back to the award-winning 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl, man. We got a great show, but first off, I want to talk about some of our events coming up and a very special time here in Texas. 30 years ago yesterday, Amber Hegeman, 7-year-old Amber Hegeman, was kidnapped from behind a grocery store or some factory down in Arlington, just riding a bike, playing on a Saturday afternoon by some pedophile who raped and murdered her and dumped her in a creek just outside of Arlington. And that had founded and sparked the Amber Alert system that we have today. And it's credited with saving over 1,000 lives. But Amber's killer has still not been brought to justice. He's out there somewhere. He's probably in his 50s, maybe early 60s. Through FBI renditions and everything else, they think he's about 50 or 60 at this time. But they had Amber's mom on the news the other day, Donna Williams, and she lives right here in the DFW area. And the pain never goes away of a loss of a child, and especially that she does not have any closure or justice for her daughter's death. So please keep Donna Williams and the whole Amber Hegeman family in your thoughts and prayers, as this is a definitely difficult time for them. 30 years, but 1,000 lives have been saved through the Amber Alert system. So God bless what came out of it so far. Texas Harley Davidson, man, they are just on point with everything. And we have some great events coming up. This Saturday, the 26th, yes, chili, the annual Hog DFW chapter chili cook-off. I think it's their 26th annual chili cook-off.
It's a lot of chili.
That's a little shitload.
I mean,
of
it
chili.
might be cold enough for chili by that time.
Yeah,
by Saturday.
but
I mean,
by
we've been in
Saturday?
the 60s, which is good.
But still, you can eat chili in
No, I
in
know,
warm
but
weather.
you kind of figure ooh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
January. It's like, brr, let's have chili night. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were like sweating like a week ago.
Well, I mean, they're going to
80
have so many
degrees.
different chilies there, so you may be sweating anyway, no matter how cold
you-
it is, because it's going to be spicy, some spicy chili.
Are
some
you a
fire-
bean or a no bean?
No bean. You a
I
bean or no-
like the no bean. Don't get me wrong. I like the no bean, but one, I'm on a budget.
All right.
And I grew up in the Midwest.
All right.
So they did the beans.
They did the beans.
So I like the beans too,
Okay.
but I'm not like, "Grr, grr."
Well, some people really.
Some people are pissed if
Yeah,
you
they're
put
like,
beans in
you
your
put
chili."
beans in your chili. Well, listen. What's actual ethic? I mean, what are you supposed to have beans in or no beans? How is
It
it
depends
supposed
on
to
where
be?
you grew up.
Really?
Hmm
Chance, weigh in on that. Beans, no beans.
He'll eat anything you put.
Yeah,
in front of him.
he grew up on spam and
Hey,
white bread.
Don't you knock spam? I like me
Spam
some
is good.
Spam,
Yeah,
man.
spam is good. Well, we'll have a spam cooking
off?
contest. So
Speaking of chili, though,
yeah, that's going to be
Super
on
Bowl.
this Saturday at Texas Harley Davidson. Come on out. They're going to start cooking around 8:00 in the morning. So come on out, support all those guys that are out
a
there.
lot of marinating meat going on. Starting at 8 a.m. That's a long time marinating.
Well, you wake up and your meat needs to be marinated.
Marinate that meat. Better place to do it than Harley Davidson.
That's right. And it only costs you $2 to go around and taste and vote on the chili that's being cooked. So all the money raised probably goes right to the Hog chapter so they can continue doing wonderful things throughout their community. So be a part of it, man. Come on down. Not only for the chili contest, they have amazing motorcycles, merch. You can get your hair cut. You can have a couple of drinks.
They do have a fantastic barber there.
Yeah. So this Saturday at 8:00, starting cook the chili, and then 11:00 they're going to do the chili tasting, 11 or 12, and then judges will start announcing the winners around 1:30. So it'll be a full day at Texas Harley Davidson, man.
So is it?
Bring the kids.
I wonder if it's like the crowd or they have judges. That's a lot of chili
You
to
judge.
eat.
You judge.
So it's
Like
the crowd.
so for yeah,
you
it's
get
crowd.
a
So for,
token thing and
yep.
or whatever.
for $2,
that's the way to do
you
it.
get to.
So I was gonna say if you're sitting up there and you're like 4 people and you're like
Yeah, that's a lot of
a
chili.
lot of chili, especially if it's 50
Yeah, yeah.
50 beans, no beans.
Yeah, man. Woo! Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of fans.
They
It'd be
do.
like- it'd
They
be
got
like,
a lot of bathrooms there.
be like Blazing
Yeah.
Saddles.
There
Yeah.
she goes.
Then on the 20th.
Fire in the hole. Okay, next.
Ready?
Yep.
You sure?
Mhm.
Got it all out? Ooh, woosah. All right. And then on January 24th at Texas Harley Davidson, the 99% Radio Network, along with Glenn Lawson and the Biker Wolfpack, we are donating a battle vest from Heroes in the Sky for all our veterans and first responders who lost their lives to suicide. You know, the mental health problem within our first responder community and our veteran community is huge.
Mhm.
These families are left behind to try to put the pieces back together. And we had Natalie Brett on here last week and heard part of her heartbreaking story, how she lost her husband. And, you know, it just never gets easy. So come on out to Texas Harley Davidson on January 24th to help support these families. You know, be by their side, show that you care for our veterans and our first responders. This is a free event. The battle vest will be donated to Texas Harley Davidson to stay in Texas Harley Davidson. It will contain 19 names of veterans and first responders that have fallen to the suicide.
In the DFW area.
10 of them were from the DFW area, and the rest are from around.
But that's
Yeah.
what they do also.
Yep.
If you get a battle vest in your area, say Colorado, Tennessee, they do most
Yep,
of the
personalized.
names in your
Yep.
yeah.
Or
I
you
think
or your
Get in touch
veteran
with-
friends,
yeah.
you're getting people.
they customize it per you mean
Yes.
obviously it's
Yep.
customized per location, but you know what
Yeah.
I mean. You get what I'm saying.
We get what you're
You get
saying.
you get what I'm throwing down?
And then on January 6th at Texas Harley Davidson, once again,
Another one!
this is going to be the ultimate friggin' hat trick. Then on March 6th at Texas Harley Davidson, the 99% Radio Network is running a fundraiser for the Green Star families. And those are all the veterans for their families who lost their lives to suicide. The Green Star family is almost like the Gold Star family, but is for suicide and not line of duty injuries. So we want to support our Green Star families as well as Bag Lady Sue will be flying to Texas and put on a amazing comedy show.
Do not bring your children.
Yeah, do not bring your children. An amazing comedy show at Texas Harley Davidson. The doors will open around 6:00. The show will start around 8. You can go get your tickets now at bagladysue.com, bagladysue.com. Purchase the tickets now. Seating is limited to about 300 people because that's all we can probably hold.
Still a good shot.
Yeah,
man.
but those tickets are going to go fast. So secure your spot. Give the 99% Radio Network a call if you want to reserve a table. If you have a big bunch of people coming,
you want to be VIP?
Yeah, we can do some VIP seating for you as well. So just hit us up on
Put
Facebook.
a tablecloth on the table for you.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll get a free bottle of water,
Little
whatever
centerpiece,
everyone.
make it special.
Yeah. So, hey, I want to welcome Tika. We were just talking about Tika Allen over at she's the whiskey connoisseur over
Ooh,
at Barrel and Bones.
Bless your taste buds.
They just had their soft opening. Actually, a grand opening.
He's been telling me about it.
Oh my God,
I'm gonna check it out.
the place is amazing. You go there and it's got a warm feeling. It's not one of these like ice house or big truck bars or
You
sports
want it like
bars.
the dark and like
It's not dark at
No?
all. It's nice. It's well lit,
okay.
but it's warm. All the wood and
The,
I mean,
the wood makes
the wood makes
gotta
it
have
so
the wood
warm.
aspects when you have a whiskey bar.
yeah. And you know, anything you want to know about whiskey, Tika is the one to school you on it. She'll tell you what should be paired with
craft
it.
cocktails.
Oh
too.
my God, yeah. And they got
I can do a craft cocktail whiskey. I can't do whiskey straight.
well,
I can't.
Tika will make
It
you
was
do,
a
she'll get
long
you
year
doing
in
whiskey
college.
straight. But you know what else I like about this place and that kind of really turned me on was the service. Every
That makes it.
waitress in it and they're
Make it or break it.
Yep. They are so attentive. They watch. They are there for you. And it's not because it's grand opening, because they have experience. The cook is amazing.
I was gonna say I want to know about the food.
Oh, the food is
I wanna know
out
about
of
the
this
food.
world.
Got me at the food.
The food is out of this
I'll
world.
sit there and eat.
So check out Barrel and Bones. It's right here in North Richland Hills,
I also
right
see
next to Kohl's Shopping Center and Kroger Foods.
Okay.
So we're going to be going there real soon, man. Go check it out and go check out Tika. And then we got TK, man, with the Celebrity Softball Classic 2026 coming up on September 10th next of this year, right? We're in 2026.
We're in it.
Coming
We're
up
in it.
September 10th, man. And what I like about it, it's honoring 9/11 and
Yes.
the 25th anniversary of 3,000 people who lost their lives, 3,000 souls from a terrorist attack. Come out to that game and support the family, the friends, the veterans, the first responders that this means so much to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be right here in Frisco at Rough Riders Field. So I think tickets are on sale, or they'll be going on sale. They will announce
Yeah,
that.
if they're not on, they're going to be coming soon because I
Yeah.
know TK is starting to post a lot of the
Yep.
swag and
So some
stuff.
of the merch, the jerseys this year are phenomenal.
So fun.
So TK, keep us updated on when people can start purchasing tickets. Delia, man, my neighbor is on here. Welcome, Delia and Judy Lamp. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Got Stitch on.
We got Stitch
Got
all the way
my
over
mama.
to the UK. This is such a great network.
Counselor Stitch.
Counselors. That's right. You remembered Counselor
Well, it's
Stitch.
actually he has it
He's
on
got
there.
his
Counselor Peter Colley.
Counselor Peter Colley.
We need a Counselor Stitch page.
We got about 10 minutes before we get Janie Balderas in here. Here's a good time
From the House of Balderas. So
political popcorn. We're going to be adding this political popcorn segment to the show because we're going to start calling out these
political bullshit.
retards, these retards for
We don't
the
use
things
the
that they
word.
do, libtards, whatever. The things that are going on with our ICE agents. I'm going to call out a couple of people. I'm going to call out McDonald's to be one, man. McDonald's posted. You put that sign up. McDonald's post in Minnesota posted a sign on their wall on their door restricting ICE agents or law enforcement from entering to eat. Now, what that sends a message.
But when they get robbed,
right,
who they calling?
The first one they're going to call is
who they
911.
call it?
Right. So McDonald's, shame on you for, and I don't care if you're independently owned and operated, management had no say in that. That is a bunch of political bullshit because you had a security guard outside stopping people from if they were in uniform. His own guys.
It's fucked up.
You label us all as racist, the Republicans, conservatives, you label us all as racist and this, that, and anything. You know what, McDonald's, you should be held accountable for all of your food chains. It's sad to say that you have management staff that is about to do that. I personally will never eat in a McDonald's again because, God forbid, I wear an American flag in a McDonald's, or if I wear something representing our veterans or our first responders. What are you gonna spit in my food? I will never trust McDonald's again. I hope people follow me on that, but you don't. You do what you want. You do you, people. But I will never eat at McDonald's again. And it's not good for you anyway.
I'm not.
I'll go to Burger King. Then the Hilton Hotel. Hilton took a bite out of this. Some of the ICE agents were living in were staying at the Hilton Hotel. They canceled their reservations. Right, independently owned. In Minneapolis, and Hilton took a quick bite out of that. They denamed them. They took all the signs down. They took swift and quick action. So Hilton, thank you for doing that, and thank you for knocking everybody out of there. We still hold you, Hilton hotels. We're not going to hold you accountable for the individual actions, but you know what, McDonald's, you kind of scapegoat this, and you said you had nothing to do with it, which is a total lie. It's
Aren't
total
they getting
BS.
sued for the McRib too?
Are they?
Yeah, somebody was like, somebody's suing him because it was false advertisement because it's not a rib, it's a pork chop.
I didn't know that.
Look it up.
I didn't know that.
Saw it on Fox 4.
And to all you idiots out there that are going on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and spewing that, while you're at work going, ICE is in town.
They're not at work. Don't you quit saying
ICE
that.
is
Those
here,
people ain't at work if they're protesting in the middle of the week.
No, not the protesters.
Oh.
We just had a girl here in Dallas, the Atoll Hotel. She worked for the valet. She's a nursing student. Go figure.
They're all nurses.
They're all nursing students. She worked in the valet,
Which I will touch
area.
on that in a minute.
Yeah, she worked in the valet. She gets on TikTok and starts saying ICE is here and blah blah blah. Breaking every code of ethics out there, and even saying she didn't care if she got fired. Well, guess what? You got fired, and everybody who does that should get fired. If you're threatening law enforcement, you should be fired from your job. There is no place for that to bring in violence or anything else. You know what? If you need attention, go to your safe space, buy a dog, and drink some hot chocolate. You know what? Don't
buy
that
a dog.
No, yeah,
Look what happened to the lady in Minnesota.
Yeah, buy a safe space. Buy a safe space. The 99%,
so why are they all nurses though?
I don't know, but the 99% Radio Network, I'm going to make this quite 100% clear. We support all of our veterans, our law enforcement,
Patriots,
and our first responders and our patriots. If you are not a patriot, you don't believe in the system, you know what? I don't care if we lose you as a listener. You can go someplace else, but we support all our law enforcement, no matter what they are, from ICE to the probation officer to the school resource officer.
People doing
every
jobs
single
and
person
working.
who puts on that badge, who is sworn an oath. We respect you, and we've got your back every ounce of the way. So talk about the nurses, man.
No, I'm just observing. I have not dove into research, but every story, I'm a nurse, which makes me really more concerned. What if I wore a mega shirt to the ER?
Right.
Are you not going to put the best care into me because of what I'm wearing?
It's scary.
That is scary.
It's very scary. If you walk into McDonald's with a mega shirt on,
you better give me my motherfucking Happy Meal.
Or a Charlie Kirk shirt, right? Are you
like the lady at Target?
Yes.
The older lady at Target
Yes.
that was working, and she was allowed to wear a red shirt, and so she wore a Charlie Cook shirt. And this middle-aged white liberal woman had to badger her. Come on, man. Come on.
How far down in the
you don't have to agree with people, but where the hell did your manners and your morals go?
Right.
Your parents should be ashamed.
We can't hold a civil conversation. I mean, you can tell because when you watch the videos, these people are absolutely out of their mind.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot hold a conversation. They can't bring the facts in, and it's scary that society has gone this far. And
the delusion
and where we
and
are.
the brainwashing
it's
they
got
phenomenal.
the Trump delusional syndrome or whatever, TDS.
It's phenomenal. I'm seeing people that that are overseas making comments about over here. That's like the white liberal woman in the streets complaining about Venezuela. You haven't fucking lived there.
Right.
You don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh, and Bob Day.
Keep your mouth shut.
Bob Day, the chief of police over in Portland. Oh my God. You embarrassed every single law enforcement agency.
Reminds me of a shriveled up Bob Dole.
You cry
Or not Bob
for
Dole.
two gang members who tried to run over officers. You cry and have sympathetic feelings for them. You know what? Turn in your badge, go to your safe space, grab your hot chocolate, and that's it, man. You should not be wearing that uniform. And I'm sure every law enforcement officer out there, all 1 million sworn law enforcement officers across the country, are laughing at your ass. Oh my God.
Shame.
Well, with that said,
Yeah.
enough political popcorn.
Popcorn's good though.
It is. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring on Janie Balderas and Jerry Renshaw. Renshaw. Right after.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex Arkangelski, CEO and co-founder of Break Free Technologies, and this is Break Free, a motorcycle helmet accessory that easily mounts to pretty much any motorcycle helmet out there, and it's the simplest way to improve your visibility day or night. Break Free's got a sensor array built into the unit itself, so there's nothing to mount to the motorcycle, there's no wiring, everything is inside the unit. It's got 100 ultra bright LED lights that light you up during the daytime and nighttime. Anytime you slow down, Break Free activates, no matter how. Engine braking, downshifting, regular braking, emergency braking. You slow down, it turns on. Break Free is a small company. We're only 4 co-founders and 1 employee at this point, and we're all passionate motorcycle enthusiasts. We love riding, and we've created this product for our community. We wanted to make sure that motorcycle riders are safe and seen out there on the roads. We saw a huge need for visibility, and that's why we've created this product.
just be famous in a small town. Sometimes I may just get around, and I know who I am, and I know where I stand. I'm that girl, played in a small town.
Hey, welcome back to the 99. We got Janie Balderas and Jerry Rinshaw on the air. What's going on, Janie and Jerry?
Hey, we are actually outside and the wind just picked up like crazy. It's crazy over here.
Of course.
I know. I woke up this morning and the wind chose violence.
Oh,
Come for the weather.
well, we were in this old bus, but
Man, the wind blew you sideways. You on the side of the screen.
oh,
You gotta rotate your camera.
Rotate.
I did. I did rotate it.
Oh, she's still sideways?
My phone's rotated though.
Oh, yeah, you're sideways.
Am I?
Yes.
Oh, I am. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna go back then, like that.
It's the wind.
Okay.
All right.
We'll do that. Okay. Well, that's how we're feeling today, sideways.
You're
We
feeling
can't find a
sideways.
spot. We can't find a spot where the wind's not crazy. Okay. Well, anyway, this is Jerry Renshaw, everyone. I think you're more like a honky tonk. Tell me about your music and how you got started in this.
All right. Name of the band is Bakersfield TX, and we're right here in Austin. And we have been around for I've been playing for a long, long time, but this band's been around for about 5 years. And we call ourselves that because we play a bunch of stuff from Bakersfield, California, like Buck Owens, Merle Haggard, Wynn Stewart, Red Simpson, guys like that.
Nice.
As well as a bunch of Texas stuff like Waylon and Willie and Daryl McCall and Ernest Hub. And some of our originals, some of my originals, and a bunch of stuff that is more obscure. You know, we looked at the B-sides and the filler tracks on various albums and said, we kind of like that song. And
Yeah.
Picked them up and ran with them.
Well, I am digging your music. I did search on YouTube and I checked it out. But you've always been that really good honky tonk player. You know, I love the vibe of your music. And I wanted to know how long you have been doing Bakersfield, the band. Bakersfield has been what again? Sorry, how many years?
We're going on 5 years.
5 years. So,
right after lockdown.
yeah, you do a lot of honky tonk bars, I see. What inspired you to do country music or this type of music?
Well, I always did like country.
Yeah.
Even when I was into a lot of other stuff, I liked the music. I liked the technique and tone of all those country players, along with rockabilly and blues and all kinds of roots music and about this to up the game on my own playing a little bit and try to get a level up where I was as far as chops.
Yeah, of course. And how many are in your band? And is it like, I know I see an upright bass. So.
Sometimes we got stand-up bass. It's just about always a 4-piece band.
Okay.
And it's usually our core lineup is me, Mike Trimble on bass and vocals, Carrie Sheehan on drums, and Heather Ray Johnson on fiddle.
Okay.
We didn't set out to have female players in the band, but there's usually at least one female player on stage. It's just how it works.
Yeah, of course.
Because we happen to know we know a lot of great players, and a few of them happen to be women.
Yeah. Well, of course. I mean, that's a
And we have, because everybody wants to have players.
Yeah. Of course, I think that's with any band, though. I mean, that's just how it is, But I'd love to hear a song of your choice. I'm sure the viewers would also love to hear it as well. And once again, we are outside, and the wind just decided to pick up for us. So if you see me holding my hat or something going on, that's why. So we're gonna have Jerry play. What's the song?
I just want to tell her. Hey, Janie, just talk up a little bit more because the wind is overpowering your voice. So just talk up a little bit more.
Oh, speak up. Oh, I can
Speak up.
hear
Yep.
you there, girl.
We got you.
Okay. Okay, well.
There you go. Scream it like it's some country, baby.
Okay, I'm going to do it my normal voice. Scare anybody away.
All right.
So anyway, Jerry Renshaw is going to play a tune for us. And what was the name of the song again? You probably have to speak up on that.
Keep on laughing.
All right, here we go.
Because we all are living in a ridiculous moment right now, and the best thing you can do is just try to laugh about it.
Best medicine.
Here we go. I'm a big daddy who listen to my radio with an ice cold beer in my hand. Sitting in the kitchen, got no time for the bitching. You know I'm a mighty, mighty man. You know my baby loves me. I always knew she done me. I gotta say that ain't all. I cut a deep, deep groove. I cut it real smooth. I play it all the way to the wall. I've been bent, bruised, busted down and battered till I barely can remember who I am. Spite of all that, I'm still standing. I got a beat up old car and a beat up old guitar. I keep doing everything I can. I don't even care what happened. I'm gonna keep on laughing. I hear people talking about winners and losers like they know what they're talking about. But I've been around, I want to tell you what I found, because I want to clear up any doubt. Sometimes a winner used to be a loser, kept trying till he caught a good break. Plenty of losers used to be winners till they went and made a couple of mistakes. I've been bent, bruised, busted down and battered till I barely can remember who I am. In spite of all of that, I'm still standing. I got a beat up old car and a beat up old guitar. I keep doing everything I can. I don't even care what happens. Gonna keep on laughing. I don't even care what happens. Gonna keep on laughing.
All right. Well, that's a great song. That is Jerry Renshaw. That was kind of fun. That was a fun song. And yes,
drinking song.
Yes. Laughter is the best medicine. I love all the. When you're right here live, it's like a whole different vibe here, so it's kind of cool. And then we're outside. Can y'all still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I was like, do I need a megaphone? I know you have social media sites. Can you let the audience know where they can find your music? I'm gonna have them play another song, and if y'all have questions for him, please feel free. But right now, let's let them find you.
Yeah, well, we got the Instagram and we got the Facebook page, and you can find us on YouTube and YouTube Music. We got about 6 or 8 songs on Spotify as well. You can look up either Bakersfield TX or Jericho the Weary on YouTube.
Okay.
And find a bunch of our stuff.
Okay, that's really cool. And I know that you play at the Broken Spoke, and you're actually playing tonight, correct?
We're playing at the Spoke tonight.
Okay.
Some of our other regulars around town are, we play at Central Market about once a quarter, once every couple of months. We play at ABGB once every 2 months.
Okay.
We've been playing at the Highball. I think the Highball is going to be a regular thing. We have been playing at Austin Bergstrom International Airport.
I just came from there today.
Yeah.
I just played there. I played at Antone's. Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, so you have pretty much a full calendar, we should say.
We play about 6 or 8 times a month usually, yeah.
Yeah, and that's great. So if y'all can make a show, if you're in Austin, please, go out and support a local artist from Austin, Texas. It's a great thing, and we always have fun. Well, I'm sure he always has fun. I'm talking for myself. But he's a great player, y'all. I've seen him play. He's actually subbed a couple of times with me. But let's play him another song.
Another one?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Hey,
So,
Janie, that,
Yes. Hold on. Sorry. Yes.
he's got that song, you know, our tagline is when the rubber meets the road.
Oh, yes.
And he's got that song, Rubber Meets the Road.
Rubber Meets the Road.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Do you want to play that? That's their tagline for 99 Radio Network.
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote this one years ago, and it was after making the worst driving conditions I've ever tried in my life. And,
What, I-35?
It goes out to all the
Yes.
truck drivers.
Right.
And it's called When the Rubber Meets the Road.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 300 miles of ice, 300 miles of snow, 300 miles behind me. I got 400 miles to go. Oh, that weather ain't gonna last. 12 hours straight, I've been fading fast. Had a motel bed running through my head. 50 miles ago. But I gotta drive. I got to stay alive. Yes, I gotta keep moving, getting down the road. Got a woman on my mind. I gotta get there on time. Sitting here between the doors where the rubber meets the road. The rigs are in the medians every half mile or so. But the sand is down on the bridges, so I just gotta take it slow. 18 wheels rolling, grabbing at every gear. CB radio screaming, it's a winter storm of seen in years. But I gotta drive, I got to stay alive. Yes, I gotta keep moving, getting down the road. Gotta get there on time. Sitting here between the doors where the rubber meets the road. Sitting here between the doors where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah!
What a great song. I feel like that deepness in your voice, it kind of made me you just got really deep in that voice. So, whoa.
You want to know how many times I have heard, you kind of sound like Junior Brown.
Oh, I love
Or
Junior Brown.
did anybody ever tell you you sound like Ray Benson? I've heard both of those plenty of times.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, hey Jerry, you know I love that song, man. We gave you a big. I don't know if you heard it, but we gave you a big yeehaw from the studio.
They gave her yeehaw.
You know, I want to give a big shout out to Taylor Sheridan with Landman because you know Billy Bob Thornton is always driving from Midland, Odessa, all the way to Fort Worth, Texas, and you know that song should be playing in the background, and he is coming down 20. That is a perfect song for a landman as he's traveling.
As he's dealing with some
as he's
bullshit.
dealing with bullshit, man. Because when I listen to that song, all I hear, I'm visualizing Billy Bob Thornton come down 20, heading to Fort Worth in Landman.
That is true. I mean, I've never heard that song. That's a great song.
It is
I
an
love
amazing
it.
song.
So, do you have like a funny story, like something that's happened to you during a performance? Before, just something like crazy that, I mean, everyone has one, so I just want to see if you have one.
There's usually something crazy, funny, or stupid that happens every time I play.
Well, he's been in honky tonks all across Texas, man. I'm sure something happened.
Oh yeah, you definitely. Well, do you want to share one at least?
Well, we were playing a gig at Crossroads Steakhouse in Fredericksburg last year, and this guy came up and wanted to sit in with us, and that's usually a hard no.
Oh gosh.
But he put $200 in the tip jar. That kind of changed our attitude a little bit. And I just handed my guitar to him. I said, "Have at it." And he did Working Man Blues and one other Haggard song. And it turned out he was a crazy good singer. And it turned out this cat had made it to America's Got Talent.
Oh, wow.
And he actually made it like through 3 rounds of America's Got Talent before getting cut. And he was just this short, pudgy, nondescript dude in his 50s.
Wow. That was probably something you were not expecting.
No, we were expecting a train wreck. You know, somebody said, "Yeah, can I sit in? Can my buddy sit in?"
Sometimes they're drunk and they're like, "Let me just." Yeah. Well, that was cool.
Yeah.
And then you gave him that opportunity, so he kind of, felt good about it. So.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
I was him.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jerry.
Who are your inspirations? Like, what
That's
artists
what I was just about to ask. Who was your
are you
inspiration?
inspired by? I guess.
Well, since I have been concentrating more on my playing and less on writing songs for a while.
Yeah.
Probably guitar players, and Buck Owens, Don Rich, probably one of my top 5 favorite guitar players ever. I love that guy's style and tone. And Roy Nichols played guitar for Haggard. Great blend of country, swing, and jazz styles.
Oh, nice.
I've been friends with Red Volker for a long time, and I, even though I can't play a fraction of the stuff that Red plays, I try to take inspiration from him as well.
Yeah, and you are like a native Austinite, like.
No,
born
but I've
and
been
raised?
here for almost 40 years.
Oh gosh, that's native enough to me. If
40
years.
40 years is native.
And I know how that's putting a date stamp on myself, but.
Well, where are you originally from?
All right, let's hear it. What else do you got?
Where you, Jerry, where are you originally
I
from?
wrote this one quite a few years ago too. It's called Losers Club. Because everybody knows some losers. And
we can use that song too.
We know a lot of losers.
And it goes like this. Build myself a house of cards so I can knock it down again. At least when I come down to this place, I know I'm among friends. Stuck like a cigarette butt floating in a bottle of beer. At least I know I'm always here. Down at the Losers Club, all the beer is cold. They got a sad song on the jukebox to make you feel right at home. They got a stool for every fool who comes stumbling through that front door. Down at the Losers Club, there's always room for one more. Tired of someone telling me how he feels my pain. Tired of someone spitting on my hat, telling me that it's rain. Tired of coming home, tired and dirty at the end of another day. Sitting on the couch with a can of Lone Star, not a whole lot to say. Down at the Losers Club, all the beer is cold. They got a sad song on the jukebox to make you feel right at home. They got a stool for every fool that comes stumbling through that front door. Down at the Losers Club, there's always room for one more. Losers Club. There's always room for one more.
Woo! Oh, that was.
Get another yeehaw.
Yeah. Well,
I really want to get
Clean up those lyrics on that one line.
yeah, he cleaned up the lyrics a bit, so.
Well, that's
Shame.
the Losers Club. We kept singing the Boozers Club.
Boozers Club.
Oh, right. Patricia's like, shame. She's so funny. Do y'all have any other questions for Jerry?
No, Jerry, I want to thank you for taking the time and being part of the 99% Radio Network. You know, this is where you're going to see artists, you're going to see foundations, organizations that the mainstream media is not going to focus on. We want to highlight the talent that's out there. Janie, I can't, you know, I so appreciate you braving that cold weather over in Austin, Texas and the winds. But thank you so much for bringing these artists on here and introducing us to our fans, because you know, this is what it's all about. It's about sharing the experience, bringing people into the red dirt country music, limelight, man. And that's what it's all about. I'm from New York, so I never heard any of this music, so I'm really digging it. Oh, you cut out. Can you hear me? Oh.
Dramatic exit.
Whoa, well, the wind probably blew her right out of Austin right there, man. Woo. All right.
That was Jerry Rinshaw.
All right, that was Janie Balderas and Jerry Rinshaw, man, over in Austin. You know, we met her at Celebrity Softball, and she has been on the road.
I think we met her prior to that.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
You met her prior to that?
We knew her because she talked about her outfit she was going to wear there. I remember meeting her prior.
Yeah, the night before the Celebrity Softball.
No.
On Friday night.
Maybe.
Yes, Friday at the
No.
at the pre-party. Yes.
We'll find
Did we
out.
know before that?
Yep. I
All
think
right.
so.
I didn't know her before that. Maybe I did. I don't know. Well, hey, check out Jerry Rinshaw. You know, follow him, support him. You know, these music. I almost said young music artists, but these music artists really need your support, and they bring such talent to every establishment that we're in, man, and stories, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's a different way of just enjoying the night, right?
Or the day.
Or the day
on a patio.
Yeah, we got a bunch of boozers out there.
The Booze Club.
So we're going to transition from
Serious.
country music to people who served our country, and me and Pippa are able to do this radio show because of the men and women who served this great country. We're allowed to come on and speak to you because they have allowed us. They have fought for our freedoms. They've died for our freedoms, and even when they are no longer serving in a military capacity, they're back out here in their communities serving the veterans that are past and present, the families, and really giving back and keeping their purpose alive. These are true patriots in every aspect. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with Steve Gross, Vice President of Roll Call, to tell us all about Roll Call and what it does for our veteran community. Stay tuned right after this.
I was in an accident 12 months ago to the day. I was driving on southbound Santa Fe, and somebody did a suicide left in front of me, and I T-boned him at 45 miles an hour. From that point forward, I don't remember anything for the next 18 days because I was in a coma.
She broke 9 bones, lacerated my spleen, put me in the hospital for 21 days. I remember none of it.
Biker Down was founded in 2011 after riding several rides over the summer and seeing, tragically, my friends get injured. And I felt that there was a need missing in Denver and in Colorado for an organization that helped the biker community. As you may know, the bikers are one of the most charitable entities out there, and what we do is provide them a variety of services such as medical equipment, financial assistance if necessary, and a plethora of resources to help them stay afloat during the hardest time in their life, which is their recovery. You know, my biggest hope is that I'll never get another phone call that a biker's gone down, but you know, that's not realistic. So I think my true realistic dream is that we can that we can help as many as we can help, because it is life-changing for them. Certainly donating and volunteering your time. And even if you can't do that, attend our events. You know, attend our event and get a $20 t-shirt for your $20. You know, those kind of things make a big difference in a small nonprofit like ours.
Hey everybody, the boy Cheeto F Food, Olympian, the boy aka Big Cheese, and I ride with the 99.
Hi y'all, I'm Celeste and I ride with the 99.
Hey, this is Tex McDormand with Arcane Mania, and I ride with 99.
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl, man. That was Janie Balderas and Jerry Renshaw out in Austin, man, where it's windy. Man, it sounded like bombs were exploding out there, man. It was But Janie, thank you so much for once again, you and Jerry for doing what you do. I know you came off. She just came out of the airport. She was singing in the airport out there.
She's always summer.
And she's always summer, man.
We got to tally the miles between her and Lori.
Yes. Yeah. We can use some of those frequent
We'll
travel miles. Yeah. Well, I wanted to do Steve Gross. He is Vice President of Roll Call, United States Air Force veteran, and an LA County Assistant Sheriff. Retired. Welcome, Steve. What's going on?
Not much. Pleasure to be
Just
here.
Bring it a little closer.
Pleasure to be here. So, thanks for having us.
Oh,
thanks
without a
for
doubt.
promoting Roll Call. Appreciate
We
that.
love roll call.
Yes.
The Bettys love roll call.
Yeah, it's my retirement gig now. That's all I do is volunteer at Roll Call.
You were also in the 82nd Airborne.
I was. So after high school, I joined the Army active duty and went to infantry school, basic training infantry school, jump school, and then went right to the 82nd Airborne. Did 6 years there.
My husband was a 82nd. I'm going to say this wrong. I hope I don't get it wrong. 325?
I was in the 325.
Were you? Okay,
Yeah, I was in.
that's
I was in Bravo first, and then the last 5 years I was in CSC Recon 3rd 325.
Okay.
Now, you joined right out of high school. You know, you could have went to the Army, the Navy. You could have went to the Marine Corps, right? And said, I'm going to get boots on the ground. But you said, no, I'm going to take it another level above that. I want to jump out of airplanes.
Army 82nd Airborne.
Yeah, so back then, I actually wanted to be a Marine, believe it or not. And so when I went to the recruiter, he wasn't there. And so the Army guy goes, why do you want to do that? And I said, I want to do something fun. And so they used to have these records and they put them in the recruiting office, but they were really to play videos. And they showed all these guys, you know, crawling around and jumping out of planes and doing all this. I'm like, okay. And then they're like, yeah, we'll get you a bonus. This is when Reagan was real strong.
Okay.
And so they give me like $10,000 bonus and said, jump out of planes. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in.
Sold.
Let me tell you something. I don't think you can give me $100,000. I am not jumping out of a plane. I just don't know. Don't I? It's just, but that is.
I'm scared of Ferris wheels.
But that is, and you know, prior to you joining, you never jumped out of a plane before, right?
No. Some would say I probably was afraid of heights, but you get over that pretty quick.
Yeah,
By
you
the
have
time
to.
I was out,
I
yeah.
guess you have to. So when you go into the Air Force, and now you're in the 82nd Airborne, and your first jump, how was that?
The first jump goes pretty quick. You know, your
eyes are closed.
I don't think you have a choice. They're
yeah,
like,
you're
go.
so used to basic training and jump school, you just do whatever they tell you. But after you slam your head because you don't do it right, the second one you're a little more apathetic. But
Yeah.
by the time I got out, I think I had close to 100 jumps. I was a jump master, and so
Wow.
I did. It was a good time in there.
Night jumps and all that stuff. I heard those
All
are
kinds
the
of
best.
jumps, yeah.
The night
Did you
jumps.
ever have one of those oh shit moments where your chute don't open and you're like, I got to pull my reserve?
No,
Oh.
I
Thank God.
never had any malfunctions.
Oh, thank
but
God.
I guess that's why I'm here.
There's that.
Yeah. So I want to thank you for your service. I appreciate everything you did for this country.
But then also, I think working in LA was probably quite dangerous as
Yeah,
well.
so on the timeline, I got out in 90 and I went back home. And I joined the sheriff's department, and I became a deputy sheriff, and I started working there, working in patrol. I was a detective, and then these guys from the Air Force OSI, I met on a task force, and they're like, "You should become an OSI reservist." And I was like, "I'm an Army guy. I don't know about that." And they're like, "We don't wear uniforms." So I said, "Okay." And I became a federal agent, went to their academy, and then started doing law enforcement in the Air Force as well as in my civilian job.
Wow. So when we talk about giving back to community, Steve has given back in so many different aspects. Not only in his military career, he served his community as a sheriff, and every day you're putting your life on the line, either in military or in law enforcement, and that took up a majority of your life, 32, 33 years.
So I did 32 on the sheriff's department, and then for active and reserve on the military side, I did 29. Retired in 2013 out of the military, out of the Air Force, and then I retired on the sheriff's department in 2022.
Ooh, you need to be on our crime show for your for the LA sheriff.
The LA Sheriff's Crime Show. But
True crime.
Now you retire from law enforcement, you retire from the military, and you're like, man, this is my time to just collect my pension, go fishing, and relax. But no, I'm going to jump back in and keep serving. And we are honored to have you here in the DFW area, serving our veterans even more as the vice president of Roll Call, which means so much for all of our older generation veterans and our younger generation veterans. Tell us a little bit about what Roll Call brings and how you got involved in it.
Well, like you said, I had no intention of doing anything but travel. And my daughter was stationed here. She's in the Air Force. She's a major now, and her husband is a fighter pilot, and they're in Oceana now. But she's
must be proud.
Yeah, of course.
Got to be proud.
And she's like, and my wife's a veteran as well. We met in the Army. But the bottom line is we've always been a military family. My daughter was like, "Hey, you should check this roll call thing out. It's a really unique thing." And I'm like, "I'm in enough organizations. I don't need to be in anymore." But then when I did, I saw that it was different than anything I had ever seen, different than American Legion, different than VFW. It was something I've just never seen anywhere else. And it's just all these veterans coming together, and this group of national treasures that kind of come together once a month, and they're there for camaraderie. So they go there and they visit before our event, and they talk to each other. Then we have our event. What a roll call event is on the fourth Friday of the month. We meet at Birchman Baptist Church. The church gives us the area as a donation, and then we started off with military honors, and we honor our country, honor the flag. We have a color guard that will come from a JROTC. We'll sing the national anthem. We'll do the pledge, say a prayer. That kind of starts everything off for us. And the purpose of the event is to feed the veterans. So we provide a free lunch for about 500 veterans during these events. It's quite a logistical thing to watch.
Sit down.
Serve lunch.
I mean, you get to sit down at the table, and you were served at like you were a nice restaurant.
Yes,
everything's place set. I mean, they got the biscuits and rolls and the cookies at the table and the centerpiece. It's a nice setup.
What I'm impressed about is this started out with like 10 or 11 veterans just hanging out at a diner, having lunch or breakfast together, just shooting the shit.
Yes,
and just being one with each other. And then it started getting a little bit bigger, and they ran out of space in the diner. And then they said, well, we got to get a bigger space. And now you're up to...
We need a bigger boat.
We need a bigger boat. And now you're up to almost... because that just shows how much this means to our veteran community, that you've grown to almost 500. And I'm sure more want to be a part of it, but the space is limited to whatever you can.
So you mentioned how it started. A businessman named Kevin Bolt started it, and exactly like you said, he just wanted to honor some World War II guys, bring them out to lunch, and it grew into what it is today. We have about 1,600 veterans on our rolls, if you will, but we can only have 500 at the event due to fire code.
Right.
So they have to kind of compete through an RSVP process to get a seat.
I mean, 500 for them to
Yes.
do a home cooked meal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Right.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And so not only do they get fed, but we have a veteran guest speaker. And so
Mhm.
it's like a war stories kind of theme where we have people that come and talk. We've had Medal of Honor winners, we've had generals, we've had privates, and everybody in between.
You got the DFW Don Graves out there all the time.
All the time.
Yeah,
Well,
Don Graves.
Corporal
Don Graves. Yeah.
Don't want to get them short a stripe.
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
But
yeah.
what we have, what you do when you go there is realize that you have people living down the street, around the bend, that are national treasures and heroes. And when you hear their stories, it's quite amazing. And we get this feedback from the family a lot of the times that says, God, my dad would never talk about that, but he goes there and he talks. I don't understand. And the reason why they do is because all of us veterans speak to each other. We speak the
Like-minded.
same language. And so it's a healing process, both for the audience and for the veteran to actually share their stories. And we try to document those because not all of them are, going to be here forever. So we document those stories as part of national history.
And we do have non-veteran supporters that get to go too. Like you don't have to be a veteran. If you support veterans in roll
Yeah.
call, you can come as well.
So
too.
like you,
Like me.
you're one of our volunteers, Battle and Betty's. We also have the Daughters of the American Revolution. We have
Mhm.
some cheerleaders. We have business people. We have school kids. They
Mm-hmm.
all sign up as part of our volunteer process, and they're the ones that feed the veterans. They serve and they clean up, and they just want to spend time. That's their benefit, to spend time with these great individuals that show up for these. And we're talking World War II guys all the way through to the global war on terror guys and
Right.
everybody in between. So it's quite a group there.
Educational. It's
Yes.
educational. And when you bring up national treasure, I don't think that is the perfect word for our World War II vets. They don't teach them enough about World War II or any of our military history in school anymore. And when you get to sit down with one of these brave men who have stormed the beaches of Iwo Jima or were part of
way better story
you-
than any celebrity you'd get.
right. When you get to sit down, I mean, I'm getting chills just thinking of Don Graves' story. It will stick with me forever. He was
I've
a
had
young,
a beer with Don Graves. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
that is,
Yeah, I spend time with them too.
I mean,
Yeah.
beers and Betty's.
when he was 17 years old, and when you look at some of our younger generation today, and then you think back about Don Graves when he was 17 and he went into the Marines, and he was 18 years old when he stepped onto the beach of
And he lied
Iwo
about his
Jima,
age to
right,
join.
as a flamethrower. One of, I think there was 38 flamethrowers, and I think only 6 made it off, or 2 made it off. When you think about what he did for our country, and to sit down next to this treasure, and that's a wonderful word for him, because he is a wealth of information. He just turned 100 years old, and he is a spitfire, man. But they're all like that. And what Roll Call brings together is all of these national treasures, and it is just a wealth of information.
Right. And we're a resource for other DFW type organizations that service veterans, because we have this giant roster. And so when you have parades and you have other events, government events, whatever it is, they'll come to us a lot of the time and say, can you ask your veterans, can they come? Like going to a ball game or being honored for different things. And so we can put that out. We have a pretty good system. We have everybody, we can reach out to them through phone calls, emails, and a newsletter, and let them know what's happening. And the venue is another way to do that as well. So that we do actually sometimes send veterans out to schools to talk to kids because of what you said, the
Right.
history part of it. And we just have them involved in as many things as we can. And that really is, it's just great for me as a retiree to pay it forward. So
You guys still do the mobile museum, or you guys don't do it necessarily mobile, but you set up
So
like for the
Roy
kids?
Davis sets up. He has his stuff now. He's setting up inside the event
Yeah, it's not so
because
much in the trailer.
more people can see it.
Yeah.
So
well,
we're-
Texas is hot too most of the time.
Yeah, so we're going to use the trailer now as part of our store, and that's really, we always have to raise money because we have no overhead, but it costs us quite a bit of money for the lunches. So we have huge sponsors like American Airlines, Gary Sinise. We have small sponsors like me that, you know, I donate like for Tunnel to Towers, and then
Okay,
I donate
yeah,
to
yeah.
Roll Call.
Nice.
You know, you can do your monthly
You can do your
allotment.
monthly thing
Because
to-
it's
for roll
about
call? Okay.
$10 to $15 per meal each.
It's 10 to 12. It's about 12 right now. And so a lunch is 50, we'll say 15.
Yeah.
It's about $7,500 to put
Yeah.
on a lunch.
Each month.
We have these all-star sponsors like that I just mentioned that donate more than 5,000, and then we have a gold member for 5,000, silver for 2,500, and then bronze star for 1,000. At the 1,000 level, you get your company on a banner, and we hang them all. You'll see them hanging in the lunches, including Battle and Betty's. And so when you do that, we are, you know, giving you that space, and we give out some other little goodies along the way up through the sponsorships. But it's important for us to get that plug out because we are a charitable organization. We're a 501c3, so you know you can use that as part from other donations to come towards us from other charitables or for individuals that are looking to maybe make a tax deductible donation.
Steve, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back because I want to hear more about roll call. You know, how this makes these older generation veterans still stay young. Right after this.
Biker Wolfpack Law is a safety organization founded by myself alongside Robert Howell with the primary focus of motorcycle safety, advocacy for injured bikers, and just general protection for those injured while riding motorcycles in the great state of Texas. Biker Wolfpack Law is a division of Glenn Larson Law Injury Attorneys, which is my firm. What's different about Biker Wolfpack Law is it's a community-based, event-based connection component to make sure that motorcyclists have all of the safety information they need, all of the legal information they need, and frankly, if needed, that full-blown legal advocacy in times of injury through no fault of their own.
One of our big events is we do ASM classes, which are accident scene management classes, which are put on with the Road Guardians, group of riders that are usually EMTs, doctors, nurses that also ride. And so they know what can happen when you're out there by yourself. And so it's a very intense class, like how to do tourniquets, how to get a helmet off of a person without hurting their neck more, how to get somebody out of the middle of the road. We do those a couple times a year, and the more safe riders are out there, the better it is.
The second division and component of Biker Wolfpack Law is to sponsor local musicians at bike nights or other community events that involve motorcyclists, but also just the community as a whole. And then third is larger charity organization events or rides to get out in the fresh air and have some fun. What I love most about representing bikers and motorcyclists across the great state of Texas is really one thing. It's about hearing the story. It's about going to motorcycle events, constantly meeting new people and making new connections. One of the reasons why I started Biker Wolfpack Law was to defeat and counteract many of the biases that are out there that, quote, motorcyclists are just dangerous. Make sure that motorcyclists are seen as exactly who they are, very hardworking, very responsible, and very dedicated individuals that deserve the justice that they need.
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl. I want to welcome James Coulon and Ken Harrison with Bikers Against Bullying, man. Thank you, Ken, for everything you and the Southern Dogs do each and every school year to make our children safe. Thank you. And Jamie O'Pete, man. Opelt with the Dallas Cowboy car, man. I see him all over the place on the car shows. And Jamie, stay tuned because we got something coming up right now for you to be a part of. We got a place for you to bring the car with roll call. But when we left, we were talking about the services that roll call provides for our veterans.
Not just a lunch.
Not just a lunch, and the camaraderie that it brings. But when we talk about our World War II veterans and even our Korean War veterans, these men have outlived a lot of their family members. So they are alone. Many of them are in assisted livings. So they don't have a chance to get out. What roll call provides is purpose, and they can come out, and it makes them feel alive again because connections. We all know who have been a first responder or a veteran, you know, it's what we do in life. And when we lose that, when we take that uniform off, sometimes we lose our sense of purpose. And Roll Call brings back that sense of purpose to all of our veterans each and every month. So, Steve, when you see a veteran of like Don Graves, or he's probably not one of the oldest veterans there, right?
He's getting really close.
He's getting one.
He's getting very close. We have very few World War II guys left, but he's definitely one of them.
He's one of them. But when you see these guys enter into Roll Call, they must be just smiling because they see friends and brothers and sisters, and it must really uplift them a lot.
Yeah, it does. One of the examples I was thinking about when you were explaining this, so a lot of our veterans get there. We don't start until 11:30 on this fourth Friday of the month. We have people that will get there at 8:30 and 9 o'clock in the morning because they want to visit with their friends. And this is a whole event for them. And they want to talk to everyone and hang out and have coffee. And we literally have to let them in there. They go to they have their own little reserve table.
Yeah.
And they spend time
before the party.
Yeah, they tailgate. And so we do this 11 months out of the year, and invariably the month we don't do it, which is July, we get complaints because they're like, we need to have this every month, and they miss not having it. So they really
and the reason is because July is so hot for a lot of them and getting out and everything. So it's also you guys a month to recoup. And get everything back in order for the rest of the year.
Absolutely.
But when you say at 8:30 in the morning that they're there, I bet you some of these guys are planning the night before. They're probably laying out their clothes.
They planned since they left the last.
Yeah, they're laying out their clothes
and they're walking out like, all right, so what time next month?
Yeah. So this is an exciting day of the month for them. And they probably look forward, like you said, from the moment they leave in November, they're looking for December's.
It's a nice event. It's a sit-down event. Like you said, presentations, stories. There's, the color guard. There's music. Sometimes there's like a guy in an acoustic guitar. You don't know what you're getting each month. So it's like a variety show for the veterans each month.
Right.
Yeah.
I can give you another example that shows it. So a lot of our veterans are really not tech savvy. And we had to kind of come into the future with having a website, which we do. It's roll-call.org, and they have to RSVP for these lunches.
Oh no!
So this causes a problem when we started changing over to this because they have to get an electronic newsletter by email, then RSVP.
They used to that phone that you spun the dial.
That's right. So they had to learn this, and it meant so much to them that they figured out something that they didn't really know how to do or weren't.
And it got a lot easier to use too, because I know like when it first came out, it was a little tricky, but the glitches have been pretty much, as far as I know, ironed out. So it's a lot more user friendly. You guys even like send out an email. Once you get on the email list, you get an email notification every month of when the luncheons are, when you need to RSVP by, and then you send out a list of like, okay, here's people that did, because a lot of people think they did, but they didn't hit confirm or okay at the very end. So it does show if you did or not.
Any veteran could go on our website and sign up. The info's secure. And then now they're getting the newsletter you talked about. And then they can choose which lunch they want to RSVP and come to. And that's how they get on our rolls.
And then there's even people that don't get on the list that can show up and maybe hope for a, what do they call
cancellation.
that?
Cancellation.
Roll call or whatever it is.
Or, if you really want to be a part of it, they are always looking for helping hands to volunteer, to cook, to clean, to help set up, to break down. There's probably so many moving parts that are involved in this that no hand is going to be turned down.
So the volunteers are mine. So I totally feel you on that. And yes, same way. You could go to roll-call.org, sign up to be a volunteer. It will come to me. I'll process your application, put you on the rolls. And just like the veterans, you'll get a newsletter and when to RSVP because you have to be on that final tally so we don't go over fire code. But yes, there's all kinds of ways to volunteer. I'll explain that to you when you sign up and you will be on your way.
And you get a list of all the upcoming events and raffles. They have some badass raffles.
Speaking about raffles, Steve was saying to put on one of these dinners, put on one of these luncheons, it's about $7,500. So they have to do their own internal fundraising. Not only with raffles and sponsorships, you have a car show and passport run coming up.
Yes, we do.
And it sounds really exciting. And Jamie, this is going to be straight up your alley if you're still listening.
Pun intended.
The car show and passport. Tell us what's going on with this thing.
So for this year, for our fundraiser, we've done different ones each year, but we're going to do a car show and passport run. But although that's the title, it's for all vehicles. It can be motorcycles, military aircraft, or military vehicles, rather.
I was like,
Or-
I'm gonna
I guess you
fly
could fly
my
in.
plane right in there.
I guess you could fly in.
Helicopters.
We wouldn't turn you away, but I'm not sure how that would work. And of course, regular
Park my
cars.
G6.
It's going to be 11 April this year, and it's going to be at the DFW Car and Toy Museum, which is in Fort Worth. So it's a new location for us. This is the first time that we've done this, but what this is for us to raise money benefiting the veterans, and we're in partnership with the Battle and Betty's, of course, and with American Airlines. And so the way to get involved in this, if you want to, you can go different ways. But if you do a pre-registration, it's $30, and you'll get an event T-shirt. And the reason why you'd want to pre-register is because on the passport run part of this, you're going to get a passport card. And then prior to the show, there's going to be a list of places that you can go and get your card stamped so that you can complete the passport before the show. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, if you do that, and when you show up at the car show, you're going to be entered for a completed passport for 50,000 American airline miles and the drawing for that. And then if you happen to do your passport with the vehicle you're bringing to the car show, you'll be then entered in a second drawing for another 50,000 American airline miles. So that's a twofer there if you do it with your car.
All right, I'm signing my husband up right now.
And then just to make it interesting, because we've been supporting the food pantry on base, you know, there's been a lot of hardships with government shutdowns, and there's always just hardships for our lower enlisted. So if you bring in canned food to the event, then we're going to enter you in a third drawing for 50,000 American miles. So you can be into 3 drawings there for just registering your vehicle, doing the passport, and bringing in the canned food. So that will get you downrange a little bit there.
Now, once you register your vehicle, I just want to try to explain this a little for our biker community out there, for our car community.
Explain it for our special folks.
and for our special needs people like myself. So say I register today, right? I'm going to get a passport.
If you you're only getting a passport if you are going to ride the wherever to the places in your car or bike that you're going to have for the show.
Right.
But you can also do it if you don't have one.
But I can do that at any time up to the car show. So like if I register today,
you don't have to do it on a certain day.
Right. That's what I was saying. So if I register today and I get my passport and then I go to one of these places tomorrow, I can get it stamped. If I go to another place next Tuesday, I can get it stamped. Right? Is that how that works?
Kind of both.
Doesn't have to be that day.
So we don't have the locations ready to go right now. So those will be forthcoming.
Yes.
The pre-registration is for cars that are going to be in the car show. You don't have to pay to go to the car show.
Right.
So anybody can come and donate, a can of food and get into that drawing. But the other 2 drawings are for the cars in the car show and the people that also use their vehicle to do the passport run.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's $30. You'll get a T-shirt pre-registration. If you don't get to that, but you still want to come to the car show, then you can register the day of. You're not going to be able to be in the passport part, obviously, but it's $25. And there's no T-shirt for that. So pre-registration is a great way to do it. There's going to be many different awards. There's going to be a People's Choice, a Roll Call President Award, Best of Show, and our judges are military veterans. We've found that other shows have reached out to us and asked for veterans to come judge. So I can't tell you who they are at this point, but we're going to go to our roster and get you some veterans to do the judging.
Nice.
So that's kind of that. The other thing about the car show that may be of interest to some people is sponsorship. We talked about our normal sponsorship, but for the car show specifically, there's 2 types of sponsors. There's a $300 and a $500 sponsorship. If you are one of the businesses that wants to be, on the run, obviously it's a good idea to sponsor because you can be kind of double
drawing in the business.
Exactly.
Right.
People come and buy your business. The $300 one will get your business logo on our T-shirt. It'll get you a 10x10 vendor space, and it will get your name mentioned on the stage. The $500 will get all that, but it will also get you 1 year on our website and 2 t-shirts. So to give you an idea who's starting to sponsor us right now, we have a business like Statewide Modeling that have already sponsored us for $1,000. And then we now have 2 veterans. One is in memoriam for Roger Owen, a Vietnam veteran, and we had $1,000 sponsorship for that.
Wow.
And JD West, who is a Vietnam veteran, who is doing it in the name of his unit, the War Wagon. So you can sponsor like that if you want to be an individual, or if you're a business and you want to sponsor on one of those others, it'll get you out there for the passport run.
We can set up a little tailgate in the parking lot, and people can come and
They could.
stamp their passport.
They could.
Well, you know what? I'm going to start it right now, saying that though we're not a rich radio station, but
We try.
But we try.
We fake it
But
till we make it.
you know, Steve, on behalf of myself, Pitbull, and the rest of the 99% Radio Network team, Biker Wolfpack, and Glenn Lawson Law, we'll take one of those $300 sponsorships.
We want to be on a t-shirt.
There you go.
And we will definitely take one of those sponsorships.
Well, hopefully
from
Jeff
you.
is listening and got that.
If not, I will text you later.
Yes, yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, your money is well spent. You know,
It's
I
going
don't
to
know
a good, great. It's going to a great cause,
We
and we want to be part of that cause. We want to be able to help you guys out as much as we can. So, like I said, that's what it's all about. It's about community. It's about giving back. And
Where the rubber meets the
where
road.
the rubber meets the road, we can make the difference together. So we stand by that. We stand by our veterans. We stand by our law enforcement. And you know what? We want to be a part of this as
Thank
well.
you. And one thing I always hear about organizations, and it matters to me when I donate, is where's their money go? I'll just say it this way. You mentioned I'm the vice president. We're an all volunteer board. No one in roll call gets paid a cent. All your money goes right back to where it's supposed to. There's very few organizations out
No
there.
child daycares here. No child daycares here.
100%. We have a great account, and it goes right back. We're very diligent with the money. We stay, fluent in money because of that, but we're always having to raise because we have no other way to do it. So if you're worried about where your money's going, we don't have a daycare center or Somali children or anything like that.
We take care of veterans, and we'll show you them every month.
We got
500 of them.
receipts.
We are definitely honest, and obviously being a retired law enforcement, I'm not going to let it not be
No, I'm
honest.
just playing. Now I heard you guys talking about this place, the
DFW Car and Toy
Car and
Museum.
Toy Museum. You know where this is being held. You guys were talking so highly about
I've only
this car
seen
and toy.
pictures and I've only seen ads, but this place looks amazing. It's totally like kid friendly. Like there's tons of stuff to look at, car and toy. It's right off 35. You see it right off the highway. Big
Okay.
sign that says car and toy.
And
Yeah.
like, have you been there?
Yes, I have.
Like, what are some of the things that are there, and will they be open?
So it's
for
a real
the public?
nice place. It's real deceiving on the outside. Obviously, we're going to be on the outside, but while you're there, you can also
go
go
inside.
check out these cars there. What I noticed about it, my takeaway, I've been there one time. I was looking for something to do with my grandson, pushing him in a stroller. And so I showed up there, and it was really nice. And they have a tremendous display of VWs if you're into VWs.
Oh, yeah,
If
yeah,
you
yeah.
like Carmen Gias and all the old stuff, bugs and vans and that
Perfect for
kind of
photo
stuff.
shoots.
Yeah.
Incredible amount of those, along with all kinds of other vehicles, but it's all indoors. So when it's warm out, it's air conditioned. It's a great place to go. You can walk all around, spend all the time. It's not crowded. It's free. You just,
Oh, wow.
all you do is go through and
It's like a personal collection or something.
it's a personal collection.
Is it really?
Yeah. So this is like his.
Wow.
Yeah, the guy's like, hey, come look at
Come
my
on
stuff.
in. Yeah. Well, that's cool.
I
So
love
that'd be
it.
a side thing you can do on top of the vehicles that we draw for this event. We've been going to car shows. Our other board member, Jeff Hingen, he has.
Do we have? Excuse me one second. Do we have that flyer? I think we have the car and
It's the
car
yellow
show and
one.
passport. It's the yellow one. Do we have that on there? Did I bring that up?
Yep. We had it up a second ago too.
Oh, did we have it up?
Yeah, one time, but we'll put it
Okay.
back up.
Let's put that flyer back up for
'Cause you can
our
scan that
audience.
barcode,
Yes.
participate.
Okay. So I'm sorry. I didn't
We've
mean
been
to cut you
handing
off.
these flyers out, speaking of flyers, to cars at car shows, hoping to draw them to our car show. We tried to pick the date that didn't conflict with other car shows. And so this is our first one. We'll learn a lot. In the past, we had been doing clay shoots. A lot more logistics, a lot more money invested. Oh, and I forgot to mention, at this car show, we're going to be raffling off a shotgun. We had an extra shotgun from other raffles. We do a gun raffle every year.
Of course,
and, you know, it's Texas, right?
It's Texas.
$5 for a ticket for a shotgun. So, you know, while you're there, you might be able to win
Might
a
as
shotgun.
well.
And that will be over at one of our sponsors, Leadheads in Saginaw. And that you can go pick it up there if you're the winner.
I like it.
Man. And then, you know, just we were talking about Roll Call does this 11 months out of the year. And then in July, the Battling Betties, I think, take control a little bit.
I don't know if it's
not
control.
control, but they hold an event for
We
July.
host a happy hour.
Host a happy hour for these guys to come out. And last year we went out there. It was a lot of fun.
We're going on our 4th year.
And what is it called?
Beers and Betties.
Beers and Betties.
Beers and
And,
Betties.
you know, it's just a lot of singing, dancing. The veterans come out. and then-
Definitely thinking we're gonna do the music bingo again. I think a lot.
that
of
was a lot of
people had
fun. That was a lot of
The
fun.
location will change due to space, but yeah, I will be coming out with that very shortly.
Yeah. So we want to keep our veterans in tune with the community. We want to make sure that people remember them and come on out to all these events and get educated and thank them. You know, when people say, well, you shouldn't thank you for your service. Thank you for
tell me
giving
how to
me, and don't, because the service is, it's in their blood. It's in them. Thank them for allowing you to be here and thank you for fighting for our freedoms. And thank you for allowing us to be able to get on TikTok, social media, because if it was not for a veteran, none of this would be possible. None of this would be possible. We'd be talking a different language sometime, and listen to K-pop music. Ooh, yeah. You're not even allowed in North Korea. You're not allowed to listen to K-pop. You go to jail. If you're caught with a CD, boom, you go to jail.
What?
Yeah. Look it up. It's fact.
The SD
Here we have all the freedoms in the world.
You can listen to all the crappy music you want to
That's
here.
right. And you're not going to go to jail. But and
blast
that's
it
all
down your
because
street.
it's all because of our veterans, past and present, that are keeping us safe. Man, they are doing things behind the scenes, fighting the war on terror, keeping you safe at night. If we didn't have our law enforcement or our veterans, think about how safely you would and calmly you would sleep at night, knowing that no one has got your back and no one's protecting you. And that's what Roll Call is all about. When some of the kids come, what is their first impression when they start talking with some of these older veterans?
That's probably the best thing that can happen, because you mentioned Don Graves, and one of his things, if you ever listen to him, he's like, America's different from when I was a kid, how we teach kids, what we say. I mean, even from when I was a kid, and I'm only 60, it's different. So what we find is certain schools, they like to bring a group of kids to volunteer. We can't have them too young because we want them to help.
Right.
But we encourage them to go sit down.
Labor laws, child labor laws and stuff. Clean those dishes, kid.
Lazy ass 3-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't stop it, I guess, but we try to limit, because we have a lot of groups really want to volunteer. So they come, and what we do is we encourage them to sit down and talk to the veterans. And we have, a wide group of people that will do that. Even the Betties, the cheerleaders, the veterans love the attention.
Yes.
Because like you said, a lot of these guys, when we think of Vietnam veterans, you think of them being 60. Well, I'm a GWAT veteran and I'm 60. They're like in their 80s.
Yes.
And so these are older guys that don't see a lot of people, don't spend a lot of time with new people. And so when they can meet someone and talk to them and tell them about their childhood, tell them about why they joined the military, maybe even some military war stories, it really does a lot for them.
Yep.
And we love seeing our youth, no matter how old the veteran is, because they're the future. So anything that they can take away is great for us.
Not only are you're shaping our youth as well, because they're seeing the distinguished men and women who have really made a career out of the military. Back when I was in school, military recruitment used to come to the school, and they used to give us classes, or you'd sit in the auditorium and they would discuss what the Marines do and what all the branches of service do. And after high school, I gotta say, a lot of my graduating class went off to the military.
Same.
I don't think you see that as much today.
I saw that in 2000 when I graduated.
Huh?
In 2000.
Well, 2000. But
I mean, I am the youngest one in
you
the
know,
room.
post
besides
9/11,
Chance.
yes, post 9/11, you had a lot of people signing up, but now it seems like it's kind of tapering off. You don't see as many.
I think you're going
jumping.
to see it popping back up here soon.
Well, yeah, it may.
I think there are a lot of people that are
It
fed
may
up
not
on
be
going.
by. It may be more of a. You bet you have to join. You know, the draft will come back.
You can't even get people to go
Get
to
those-
work.
get
They
those
ain't
kids-
going to war.
Get those kids off the video games. You know, but being in the military definitely shapes you for community, for family, for God, for faith. Like you said, you came out of the military, you went into the sheriff's department, you went right into the field of protecting and serving from your country to your community, and that builds character. You will now you put that off on your grandkids, you put that off on your daughter, who's now a major, you said, right, in the Air Force, making you very proud. It's better than your kid being a crackhead or saying, "Hey, Dad, I got an OnlyFans page." You know what? Not really something to be proud of. When your daughter or your son is serving our country,
Give back to the community, basically.
yeah, OnlyFans doesn't give back to the community. That's not a thing. But when you see what Roll Call provides, just go there, take a look, or come out to this event. There'll be plenty of veterans and military personnel out there that will be more than willing to talk with you and talk to you about
Check it out. See
the
if
service.
it's your cup
Yeah,
of tea or your
without a
glass
doubt.
of whiskey. See if you like it.
If you're, and maybe your glass of whiskey.
It might be.
Maybe so.
You know, when you talk about the Vietnam era, a lot of these, you know, we do a lot of stuff with post-traumatic stress, and a lot of our Vietnam veterans who suffered post-traumatic stress, not so much back in World War II when they called it battle fatigue or shell shock. Nobody really knew about the mental health issues or crises that our military veterans endured in combat. So this also gives them a way to heal through talking to each other. It's almost their therapy session. And once again, it puts them on a great mental health path. Many of them, because their minds are going, are not battling Alzheimer's or dementia because their brains are focused on something. And believe it or not, that is the recipe for longer lifespans, as we see in our World War II veterans.
Yeah, like I said, veterans tend to trust other veterans.
Mhm.
So when they're there, I know myself and many of the people there, we all have different experiences, whether it's working with the VA or, you know, medical care or whatever it is, to where you'd be really surprised as someone not in the military. When you get out of the military, you're just out. There's no one like telling you, oh, you know, you should go to the VA and make claims or do this or do that. You're just kind of on your own and you have to figure it out. But when you're around other veterans, you start finding commonalities and you start saying, oh, well, you know, how did you do this? How did you get that care? I feel like this. Oh, you should
Right.
do that. And you're really able to help a lot of veterans. And a lot of them are getting help from this event because they're all talking to each other.
Especially a lot of them aren't in the technology age. They don't know how to navigate through the internet. So verbal communication is very important to them.
And it's very important because people do prey, like on everybody else, they prey on veterans. And so there's a lot of people out there that will try to charge you money for things. And as another veteran, you'd be like, no, you don't have to pay for that. You just go over here and get this or go do that. But as they get older, there's a lot of predators out there.
Yep.
So they have to be careful. So we don't let anybody prey on our veterans. You can't come to our event and sell anything. We don't pitch anything like that. That's why
Right.
we try to raise all the money. The only ones you'll see there are legitimate people, like someone from the VA or something like that. But you can't just come there and, you know, sell cars or sell insurance or it doesn't work like that. We protect our veterans from all of that while they're there.
That's what's amazing. Now the Battling Betties plays a big part in Roll Call. You know, if you don't know what the Battling Betties are, or if you want to be part of the Battling Betties, you know, Pipple, tell us a little about what you guys do for our veteran community.
Well, it's Patty Von May when I'm talking about the buddies. So the Battling Betties, we are in 11 other states. You can get on battlingbetties.org, find your state. If you're not finding your state on there, you can start your own platoon as long as you got 3 members. But we are in DFW is my platoon, basically cover all of Texas. Anything with veterans, first responders, PTSD awareness, all those kind of things. We branch out to anything that needs help. Basically, I'm not going to shut down a charity that needs it. But yeah, we dress in 1950s pinup and we boost the spirits of our veterans and first responders.
And our veterans at roll call always love to see a pretty girl.
They
or a pretty
do.
face.
They're very pretty, and they love the attention from them.
Yeah. So when the Battling Betties and roll call intertwine, it's the perfect mixture for supporting our veterans.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What kind of feedback do you get with some of the older veterans going, yo,
When them pretty ladies
she looks
coming
like one of
back?
those pretty ladies I had on my plane, back in World War II, or, they must really, really dig that.
It's usually, can you get them to come over here and talk to me?
Yeah, for a G spot you can,
and so usually it's not a problem because the Betties get it, so they're all around. But we've had a new group in, some the Dallas cheerleaders.
Oh yeah, the Dallas
Okay, I'll let the
cheerleaders.
cheerleaders
All
come
right,
in.
okay.
And they do
Different kind of
competition
groups.
cheer, and so they're obviously very pretty, and so the old guys, I guess dirty old men, whatever they are, but they,
Cheerleaders, man.
they want to take pictures with them, and so it's all for
They get out. They get out of those wheelchairs
Listen,
real easy.
Yeah,
Don, I saw Don Graves. He knows how to. He is a charmer with every woman out there.
Yes.
I'm telling you. He'll charm. I want to say the panties off any woman, man. He is definitely a ladies' man.
Yes.
Don as so now when the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders come in, Don's probably like, let me tell you my story.
Yeah, they're not the Cowboys.
They're not the
they're
Cowboys
different. They're like
cheerleaders.
a local cheer group that goes out and competes.
cheer.
But yeah, no female is really safe around Dawn. You
Gotta
gotta
watch your hands.
You gotta watch your wife.
Yes. Yep.
Watch your daughters. Watch your wife.
I had to watch my daughter around him actually because she likes for her to take her when she lived here. She's now gone in Virginia, but she was one of his favorite escorts. Her and a couple other people, and then our president Mary takes him a lot of places as well.
Yes.
Once again, when we talk about roll call here in about the luncheons every month, do not forget. I'm glad you brought up Mary. Mary and Rick Irvin. Every Monday they have a veteran on, and they have a podcast that streams Hometown Heroes, where they uplift our hometown heroes, our veterans, our first responders. They do an amazing job. Yeah, I know you were. I was a guest on there a while back. But Mary and Rick is gone. He went to the Air Power Museum. He's an amazing photographer.
Say that again.
Photographer.
That New York accent.
That's New York.
Ripped up
He
there.
takes pictures, man. He takes
Photographer.
pictures. And Mary's she's a Marine
She's
or
a
Air
badass
Force?
too.
She's the Air Force retired senior
Air
master
Force.
sergeant.
Yeah.
Master sergeant.
Senior master sergeant.
Senior man.
She's
Let's
badass.
Add another
She is
word to the
badass.
title. It's badass right there.
But
And there's a lot of badass women in the roll call too. It's not just a men.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women in there too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
well, you said your daughter is a master sergeant.
My daughter's a major.
A major.
My wife was
We gotta
in
give
the
him
Army as a
flashcards. It's okay.
military.
Yeah.
My wife was an MP in the Army as sergeant.
Oh, she was an MP in the Army?
Yeah.
Oh, so we know who runs that household. We know who runs that household.
Wrong
You know,
show.
I'm just saying because you come from your whole family is military. It's all veterans. Pretty much, man. I can just imagine on Thanksgiving, like everything's got to be just that's not crisp enough. That's not folded right. That's not.
I'm thinking it's more everybody's relaxing, having a beer, and it's like,
Is it really, or is it just everybody's going? Come on, tuck in those corners. Put up your shirt.
I'm more into the beer now. Definitely my drink of choice.
Yeah.
Yes. If you're like that, you're not getting invited to my house.
But it is wonderful. It is great to have the members of Roll Call and part of the DFW area. You guys also, one thing that we do have, not only Roll Call, is the Medal of Honor Museum.
Yes.
That's here, that you guys were a big part of as well, right? With the Medal of Honor Museum?
We definitely support it. I'm one of their, initial members there, just because we have all the veteran organizations kind of overlap. You know,
Mhm.
like I'm
Some
on the Air
networking.
Power Council as well,
Okay.
and of course you mentioned Air Power Foundation, and then there's Holidays and Heroes. They all kind of overlap in things, but the museum is a really great thing. You know, we've had them come speak, and I've gone there for events, and certainly gone there and enjoyed the displays that they have. And if anyone hasn't gone there, whether you're a veteran or not, it's definitely worth your time to go there.
Yeah, and that that's another great place that once again you're looking to do something on a Saturday, go out to the Medal of Honor Museum, because that's also a way to support our veterans that are out here. We have to keep them not only on the front line, we have to keep them close to our hearts and uplift them every single day. Once again, the car show and passport run in April 11th. You can start signing up now, right? You can start registering now.
You can find us on our Facebook page. You can go to our website again, roll-call.org. You can do it that way and get signed up, and then we'll start communicating with you. And the point of contact will be our board member, Jeff Hingen.
Okay, and the 99% Radio Network just donated some money over to Roll Call for their event. You can do the same. What were the
amounts are
sponsor?
$300 for the initial sponsor, and that'll get you the logo on the T-shirt and a vendor spot that you can set up. So you guys could actually come out there and broadcast.
Fantastic. We would love to.
You get a 10 by 10.
Yeah, we'd love to.
And
We're gonna
and
do
then
that.
for $500 you get all that, and then you get your name on the website, and you get 2 T-shirts. But the T-shirts will be at the event for sale. But if you are a sponsor, your logos will be on those T-shirts as well.
Now, remember, it costs about $7,500 a month to feed 500 veterans at Roll Call. This has been going on for over 20 years.
Since 2014.
Since
So we've never
2014.
charged the veterans. We do ask for a donation for non-veterans that come.
So be a part of something bigger and better than yourself. Donate $5, $10. Costs, what'd you say, about $12 to feed a veteran at the meal?
depending on the meal, yeah.
If you can't afford it, and I get it, maybe you want to go out there and hook up with Steve and volunteer for a day. Help clean up, set up, break down, cook, and serve these wonderful, wonderful men and women of our U.S. military. We deserve to give back to them because they have given back so much to us. Steve, I can't thank you enough. I can't thank the members of Roll Call enough for doing everything you do each and every day. And yes, I can't thank the Battling Betties enough for doing what you do every single day, supporting our veterans as well. We really have to get back into uplifting our military, showing our children what the military does, who they are, and
Put values back
putting
out.
value back into our society. There's too much hate in the world. There's too much negativity in the world. Let's bring some
Don't hate,
positivity back.
participate. You heard me.
With that being said, Steve, thank you very much. If there's anything the 99% Radio Network can do for you or the veteran community or any one of your organizations, sponsors, or your members, please let us know. We are always here for you.
Thank you so much. I just want to say Texas is a special place. So I'm glad I'm here as a retiree. You can really tell.
We don't hold the Los Angeles thing against you.
Yeah, I can't
Hey,
stop
New
where I'm
Yorker.
born. But, the
Hey, when I
reality
left
is
New
that-
York, it was okay. I mean, even though it was Democrat, it was still okay. Now we got, I don't know what we got.
Yeah, I mean, LA's not
Yeah.
far behind, but you guys
Right.
are kind of ahead in the.
Oh my
toilet, I
God.
think.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why we bring the popcorn, because, we're going to just watch the shit show just fall apart on the East and the West Coast. And Texas, thank God for Greg Abbott, and, who supports every aspect of our American citizens and even our immigrants. He supports them as long as you are legal, and just, that's why Texas is the greatest state in the union.
Absolutely.
And it's got the greatest people in the world. So God bless Texas, without a
God bless
doubt.
Texas.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. You have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely.
All right. This is 99% Radio Network. We're going to be back with Lori Montoya and Biker Down right after these messages.
My name is Art Lee. I invented LifeVac to protect my family. Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Dad.
That was us over 10 years ago.
Now, LifeVac is responsible for saving over 2,000 lives from choking.
We started this company in our garage, just hoping to make a difference, because over 5,000 lives are needlessly lost each year to choking incidents.
Help LifeVac on our mission to save lives.
In the time it takes you to pick up the phone and call, another life could be saved.
LifeVac's patented design creates a one-way suction to remove food or objects obstructing airways. All you have to do is place, push, and pull. And just like that, LifeVac can save a life from choking.
Quite frankly, I thought I was going to die. The LifeVac saved my life in 1-2 seconds.
Get your very own LifeVac now and get 20% off. Visit lifevac.net or call 877-LifeVac.
As my personal promise to you, if you order a LifeVac and have to use it, LifeVac will replace it free.
LifeVac works on adults, teens, or toddlers and can be ready in seconds and last a lifetime, guaranteed.
Best of all, you can even use a LifeVac on yourself, the elderly, physically impaired, or those that other methods may not be possible or are dangerous. In the event of a choking emergency, you could save a life, even your own.
Thank you, Daddy.
Life is precious and time matters.
Choking can happen anywhere. Help us put a LifeVac in every home, school, restaurant, car, office, everywhere.
Protecting families has always been our mission. I'm sure you love your family like I love my daughter. Do us all a favor and get your own LifeVac now.
LifeVac saves lives. Order one for your home, the office. It also makes a great...
What we believe in at Glenn Larson Law is doing one thing and doing it really well. When I meet people, I always tell them we're going to uncover every single rock possible. That's the medical component, that's your story, and your voice.
We've solely focused on personal injury, whether that be a slip and fall accident or a commercial 18-wheeler, a motorcycle or DWI, motor vehicle accident. We specialize in that and that only.
When someone says, my neck really hurts, I know exactly how that feels. There's so much more to an injury case dealing with the pain level that people go through and how it affects their lives. And I know how to advocate to make sure that the insurance companies take all of that in consideration in every case.
We're very transparent and open to always keep them informed and stay on top of their case at all times.
Because we're a little bit smaller in team numbers, we're able to really dive into every single case and develop not only a client relationship, but a friendship and a lifelong connection.
We're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll meet you anywhere, at the scene, in the hospital, at your home. Whatever's best for the client, we will do every single time.
There is a connection component that I believe our firm is committed to. We want to be connected with you and your family beyond this case so that you know that you have a lifelong partner. Not just a case, but a lifelong connection and a lifelong voice. And we look forward to serving you.
We
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl Band. That was Steve Gross of Roll Call. A lot of great events. Check out our Facebook page. Check out our website for Roll Call and the upcoming April 11th.
What like a spreadsheet of a resume, like 82nd Airborne,
yes,
Air Force, LA Sheriff's Department.
He is given probably close to 40 years of service between the military and law enforcement, at least. And now his family is giving back. God bless him for what he's doing. He is a true patriot in every sense of the word.
And those are the type of people you're going to come in contact at Roll Call.
Yeah. So thank you, Steve Gross, and thank you all the members of Roll Call. Welcome, Lori Montoya with Biker Down.
Hi guys, how are you?
Where is Lori?
Lori is still at home in Colorado. I won't be making any trips probably until February. We've got a pretty busy month here in Colorado. Not only is my hat company, we've got the Colorado Motorcycle Expo coming up at the end of the month, which is really in the West Coast, one of the biggest show and swap meets. They get thousands and thousands of riders from Arizona, up north in Wyoming. Everybody comes to the Colorado Motorcycle Expo. So I'll probably try to do some live video for you guys that won't be able to be on Wednesday. But yeah, it takes up the whole, like right now, the rodeo is going on at the National Western Complex, and we will fill up the same Western Complex with nothing but motorcycle riders and dealers and swap meets.
Where's this at in Colorado?
It's in Denver. It's at the National Western Complex, which is a very big pavilion area. And we bring in, what I love is it brings in a lot of small business owners. You know, it started out as a swap meet. You clean out your garage and bring your stuff. And then it slowly grew to bringing in dealerships, and they have a phenomenal bike contest, and the Iron Goddess women come in and they do that for women bikers. So it's really just a phenomenal event that we've had here in Colorado for probably 40 years. I mean, it's been a long time.
So when you say dealerships, like people even said, is that the dispensary?
No manufacturers.
No. Dealerships.
When you said dealerships, that could be considered a dealership.
I mean,
right?
Certainly our local Harley dealers and Honda dealers and stuff like that come in, but no manufacturer semis, which, just eat up space. And, what we really love about it, and the reason people keep coming is that your friend that you ride with is showing their wares. And like, I'm going to have All Things Bling and Wide Open Hat Company. They're doing hats for the guys and the clubs and the women and things like that. Biker Down has their own booth, and it gives me a really great opportunity to promote. I'm going to ask everybody to get their cell phones out. We launched our Biker Down app over the weekend.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I'm asking anybody right now, anybody that has a smartphone, all you have to do is go to your, your app store and type in Biker Down Help and put your information in that app. We're going to be doing a lot of great things with it. Number one, we will have soon a place to put your emergency information. If everybody on your ride has the app and someone goes down, you can get a real lifetime help request. You can report the accident. So we'll be able to do that more nationwide and get more information out to people. But I have been called through Biker Down because somebody's had our ICE emergency cards, which, I've been giving out for years. All
right, so let's
Do we really?
Not that kind of ice.
Are in case of
I'm trying to keep my mouth shut.
Are in case
a
of
little hard.
emergency. I call them ICE cards. You can call them whatever you want. But our in case of emergency information can now be done, will be able to be entered right into the app, which means it'll get exported right into a database. So if I were to get a call from a hospital that says, I have John Salerno here, I hopefully will be able to look and see that John has loaded the app on his phone, and I have his in case of emergency. Now, I would know with you who to call, but in a lot of instances, I wouldn't. And so this is something that, you can report, my friend's gone down, and I can look them up, and I can help there's a lot of times a family may go 24 hours. Like if that rider's riding alone and went down, they will go hours, half a day of not knowing where that rider is. Where if somebody can hit that app and report that accident and let us know who in their group went down, we hopefully will have their information and we can help get the family to them sooner. So
It's like
something I'm super proud of.
They are. They say they're there, but they're not.
They're hours from 2 to 6. You weren't there at the proper hours.
The thing you have to always realize, though, is that, you're riding with people, but how well do you really know them?
Well, that's what I was going to say. So, like, when you said they're going to be notified if somebody goes down, so is there, like, something in the phone that you're saying, like, the person that goes down? Like,
no, I'm saying you're right.
Notify?
I'm just saying you're on a Betty's ride, and just say, hopefully, that before that ride, you said, hey, everybody, part of our safety meeting before we take off is could everybody take a minute and fill out the Biker Down app? And all their information's in there. So worst case scenario, you're riding and Carol goes down.
So you have all their information to help because they're not
I
going
would
to be able to
have
do
all
it.
their information already in there. You can fill out the accident report. And again, this is all building. And then you can report the accident, say Carol Smith went down. I can look up in the database and I can call Carol's family members.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And say, listen, this is Laurie with Biker Down. We got an alert of an accident and I have Carol's information. My understanding is they're taking her to St. John's. At least lets her family know that something's going on, because a lot of times Carol's phone will be junk, and so you're not going to be able to necessarily get on her phone, or they've taken Carol and off she goes, and you guys are kind of left, I don't want to say cleaning up the mess, but waiting for a tow truck, waiting for, doing everything that you can. And everybody's in that mode of, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, and it's hard. And having an app that you can go right to, and just start hitting it is something that we're going to be adding to it as this grows. I mean, I'm kind of new to this technology, but for now it's get us your information, get us your in case of emergency information, and we will have you can report it, an accident, and that way I can get it up on social media and we can become to be a lot more proactive. There's a lot of times I don't see an accident until I see it on 9 News, or a family member sees that, their loved one could have possibly been, it's a white Street Glide bike. And all of a sudden people are like, oh my God, I haven't heard from Carol in, 4 hours. Could that be Carol? There's a lot of things that happen along the way. And sometimes the family's one of the last ones, or in that it'll ask me what blood type they are. Do they have any, medical needs, meaning are they diabetic, things that maybe they don't have a bracelet. Like if it was Chomper's pre-diabetic, he doesn't have any type of bracelet that he wears. So having your medical or who your physician is in those fields will help us help injured riders better.
Laura, you bring up such a good point, because here in the DFW area, and actually throughout the whole state of Texas, and I'm sure anybody who's on social media have seen it, usually on a Saturday or a Sunday when the rides are going on, or you'll hear through DFW scanner, hey, motorcycle accident on I-35 or a motorcycle accident on Highway 67. Check your riders, check your riders, check your riders. And nobody really knows, like this way, this gives them oh my God, I could check that rider if that was a member of my club, or if that was a family member, or what's,
And please understand, we will be very careful with, we have a HIPAA, some privacy. I'm not against, getting information up there and having it be a bit vague, especially on social, especially if it's a fatality. We've got to give the family a moment to absorb this before
Without a
they
doubt.
see their family member's name plastered all over for eternity on social media. So we will be very careful with how we report it. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that we can't back channel to the family and say, listen, I'm sorry to bother you on a Saturday, but Carol was on a ride and the Bettys, and I'm just using the Bettys are reporting that Carol went down and
All I know is Carol needs a motorcycle lesson because Carol keeps getting into these friggin' accidents and she can't drive a bike.
So I have a question. 'Cause my logistics are going on. So, like, you're saying if they sign up for the app, they're going to get notified that somebody on the app went down, or how did they get notified of that person
No,
on the
what's
app?
going to happen is your friends are going to fill out the information. Then say you're on a ride with them.
But what if
And-
it's not? I guess it's only if you're on the ride with them. So it's
well,
not like
if
you're on the
I
ride by
would say,
yourself.
and unless they're semi okay, it won't it's not going to be like oh my God, my phone, I
You
get
get
an
a
alert
notification,
because
like,
somebody's
someone
phone.
down.
It's not that elaborate. It's not going to have like a 360. Like if on my 360, if I get in a crash, Chomper gets an alert. It isn't going to
That's
work.
what I
like
guess
that.
what I was trying to like wrap my head
Yeah,
around.
but
it's
it is
there
going
for
to be.
because there's a lot of people that go on rides. I mean, you go on. I mean,
Right, but
our club's
see-
got like you get
But here, hold on.
5
one
to
second, Lori.
500, and then you got one person that goes down, and you just only know by their name on their cut. But yet you can kind of get
like
some
if-
identification, and then you're like, all right, boom, boom, boom. This guy's here on the app. Boom,
Right,
let's
so
send
you're
the
you're on the
information.
you're on the ride with Carol, and you shouldn't ride with Carol because she
Carol-
keeps getting into these friggin' accidents. So you're
Yeah.
on a ride with Carol, and Carol goes down again, right? So then you will go on to the app, and you'll hit.
She's registered in
Carol
my
got into another
thing.
accident. Lori will be notified and can notify the next kin. Is that how that works?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Who
So we're not
Carol-
notifying the
who
next kin.
Carol would
We're
want to
notifying.
have notified. Yes.
Yeah. In
So
all
it's
real-
just a cleaner way than having the in case of emergency card, which, I love. I can't get to everybody and everybody doesn't see me at events. So, this was great. It served its purpose, but we're at a point where everybody lives on this. And we are going to have Android, just takes a little bit longer to get approved. But just having a place where you can put information down. If you were to need to do a help request, you can do a help request right on the app. I no longer have to lead you to Biker Down. Just load up the app, go on there, fill out the help request. We do feel like we're trying, and I'm a little slow in getting to the technologies that are constantly changing. I mean, Facebook is great, websites are great, but people use this to find information and to give information. So it's just something that we're going to really be premiering that at the expo and working really hard to get our Colorado riders. And we don't have a lot now because I kind of have been testing it, getting a feel for it and stuff. Like we have to fix, nobody can put in their last name. So they're trying to fix that. And, there's going to be some kinks in the initial testing of this, but
of course.
But we are trying to have a way to get a hold of everybody sooner than later, especially family members, because I personally have seen just how stressed someone is and how they're calling hospitals and they're calling, police, and they're calling everywhere they can to try to find their loved one who isn't home yet and stuff. So having a way for us to coordinate that would be extremely helpful. The other thing I wanted to talk about this week is a kind of a weekly motorcycle safety series that I'm gonna do every week on here. And for this week, it's ride like you're invisible. Like nobody sees you. You have to find a way to
Like
make
Carol?
sure, like Carol.
Loud.
It is specifically for Carol. I hope you're listening. But
Don't be
that you really need to have that mental survivalist mindset when you ride. You always should have an exit strategy. You want to have make sure that that car sees you, but their reaction time, even if you think they see you, they don't. So you have to really, really ride defensively. Eye contact does not mean that they is an equal to awareness, because they still may try to go. A turn signal isn't equivalent to intent, You have to really make sure that every inch that you give extra to another car or something like that is seconds that could save you from an accident. So you just really need to be at all times ask yourself, what am I going to do if that car comes into my lane? Where am I going to go? Because they're just, we're getting a lot of people that want to get into this lane filtering. Nevada is all hyped up for lane filtering. And, I understand the concept of lane filtering. There's a lot of accidents that happen in traffic, when you're, we're an air cooled engine and we're sitting in all this traffic and our bikes are overheating. And then all of a sudden that car that isn't paying attention or is texting all of a sudden slams into the other vehicles. What?
I think, yeah, you said sexting.
No, I said
texting. Sexting and driving is very dangerous, and that's probably what was going on with Carol.
I have no words.
Yeah, well,
but lane filtering is dangerous.
Lane splitting is dangerous, but it is necessary especially here in Texas. You have to lane split.
Okay, lane splitting and lane filtering are two different things. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
School me on that because I thought you were talking about lane
in
splitting.
California, lane splitting is where they zoom in between you, and they, it doesn't matter how backed up the traffic is. Lane filtering is normally if you are coming up to an intersection and you're 12 you're biking, you're 12 cars back, that you have the right to basically go to the front of the line.
Oh, okay, I got
you. To avoid any type of collisions. What's happening now here in Colorado is our riders are lane splitting, and it startles drivers. You know how they weave, like I'm a driver and I've got to get over in this lane, and so I'm coming over, and now all of a sudden that biker is lane splitting instead of filtering. And there's a huge difference, and maybe that's something that we'll talk about next week. I'll show you some examples on video of the difference between lane filtering. So I'm not sure, is it legal to lane split?
That's on the bikers' ignorance for doing stupid shit like
that.
that.
Well, what I'm saying is, with the lane splitting, if you're stuck in bumper to bumper traffic, you're on an air cooled motorcycle, you don't want to overheat. But it doesn't mean to split the lane at 60 miles an hour while traffic stops.
Which is what they're allowed to do in California.
It's California.
Once again,
I know, but I'm just saying.
Front of the line, California is all about the entitlements.
You can't hurt their feelings in California.
Oh, they're heading for their safe space.
But in Colorado, what people are doing now is, I'm 5 cars back and now the light has turned red, and until all the bikers go up to the front of the line, it's ticking off the drivers, the sense of entitlement to all of a sudden go to the front. And then they're taking off doing wheelies because they have no traffic in front of them. So I see a lot, there's a lot more accidents stemming from this lane filtering than we had before lane filtering was allowed. So, we're in a 2-year survey basically of allowing bikers to do this for 2 years, and then we're going to study it. And I think in the long run, we're going to find that it's a lot more dangerous because the bikers just are splitting and not filtering, and it's a huge difference of what they're entitled to do. So
I agree, and it should be a certain speed because
education when they get
I've had bikes come between the cars, and it startles the hell out of you if they're coming fast, but take your time, go through it. We understand you don't want to overheat, and especially here in Texas in August, but hey, maybe go all the way over to the right median and take it slow up that way as well.
Right.
But instead of splitting between the cars.
Plan your route.
But you're gonna get some angry driver that's just gonna, turn his wheel a little bit and he's going to box you in, and you're going to go.
Or even as innocently as I'm also in my car trying to get over and get out of traffic.
Right.
Like this lane is moving and maybe the accident is 10 cars in front of me and I don't see it yet. So I see this lane is moving and all of a sudden that biker's coming right through. So you got to be really, really careful. It's causing more accidents. And now Nevada's really trying to get lane filtering. And, I don't try to get involved in people's politics of that, but, it is fine in theory if done correctly, but you have such an overflow mentality from California into Nevada that it's going to be dangerous, and we have enough injured riders out there that it's just a very sad time. So what I say to everybody is ride like you're invisible, have an exit strategy, and just be careful out there. I would love to tell you, get an insurance review, be prepared. All the things that I've talked about for years. It's not resonating with the drivers to get the right insurance and to get the insurance reviews. So why don't we go with the mentality of I want to avoid the accident completely? And so I've got to change my mindset a little bit on how I ride. Because we all get on the bike and throw a leg over with the intention of I want to go out and have a great day. And I don't really think that any car driver gets in the car and says, let's see how many bikers I can run into. But their lives are busy and they're distracted and they're yelling at their kids and they're in a hurry and they're late for work. And everybody just is not paying attention to one another. So, just be careful out there is my motto. And again, if anybody needs any help, please go to bikerdown.org. We'll do all that we can. I will tell you that since January 1, I haven't had one biker that has done a help request that has had good insurance.
Well, there proves your point that education is power, and we have to keep spreading the word to get it out there.
Because they're not, I think it's a budget thing. I mean, even if I tell you got to give up a Starbucks and a burger every month, to have that underinsured and uninsured, they're just not willing to give up their Starbucks and their burger.
Well, listen, give up your Starbucks, and guess what? You don't have to go to McDonald's anymore because they are non-support of our law enforcement. So all the money you're saving from not going
there you go. Do it for that.
Food. Go get some proper insurance.
But it also makes, it really does make, the problem that everyone faces after the accident is the reality of I should have done this. And I mean, almost every biker that I've had, and I mean, granted, it's only the 14th, has liability only, hit by a driver that has liability only or no insurance. And what am I going to do? And I need help, and I need to do a fundraiser, and I need medical equipment. And I mean, the list just goes on. And it's sad for the family because they're getting thrown into what I call some irresponsible behavior on the part of the biker to not have those coverages that you need to have. And, if you love your family, if you love your wife and 3 small kids, get the coverages that are going to keep them safe. So I'm almost over my time.
Well, thank you so much, Lori. Yeah. And
download the app.
We're gonna support the app. We're gonna promote the app. We're gonna push it out. And, we are going to, right here in Texas.
I'm doing a Nancy Pelosi.
What?
I'm doing a Nancy Pelosi.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Right. We don't want
It's
that. You're ripping crap up.
Oh.
And I was going to say something on, when you said you never want to say I should have, but I'm not even going to go there. Shouldn't have. But all right, Lori. Thank you.
I'm so done getting you to sign up for that membership.
I'll be there because I've given up.
I know that you have Glenn's insurance review and you did that and that works well for you. And so, but I will tell everybody, get the insurance review, at least have the conversation.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
All right.
All right, Lori. Thank you so much. You stay well.
Bye.
God bless you. Lori Montoya with Biker Down. We're going to take a quick break. Bring in Billy Ball with Hemp and Hounds. Going to talk a little bit about Trump's descheduling, I guess that would be the word, from rescheduling from a class 3 to a class 1 on marijuana, and how this makes a big difference in the lives of our veterans and people that are battling. Right after this.
What we believe in at Glenn Larson Law is doing one thing and doing it really well. When I meet people, I always tell them we're going to uncover every single rock possible. That's the medical component, that's your story and your voice.
We've solely focused on personal injury, whether that be a slip and fall accident or a commercial 18-wheeler, a motorcycle or DWI, motor vehicle accident. We specialize in that and that only.
When someone says, my neck really hurts, I know exactly how that feels. There's so much more to an injury case dealing with the pain level that people go through and how it affects their lives. And I know how to advocate to make sure that the insurance companies take all of that in consideration in every case.
We're very transparent and open to always keep them informed and stay on top of their case at all times.
Because we're a little bit smaller in team numbers, we're able to really dive into every single case and develop not only a client relationship, but a friendship and a lifelong connection.
We're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll meet you anywhere, at the scene, in the hospital, at your home. Whatever's best for the client, we will do every single time.
There is a connection component that I believe our firm is committed to. We want to be connected with you and your family beyond this case so that you know that you have a lifelong partner. Not just a case, but a lifelong connection and a lifelong voice. And we look forward to serving you.
Here at 1010 Aussies, we're going to find you your forever pet. We specialize in miniature and toy Australian Shepherds. All our pups are pet and family friendly. They're socialized, basic training, and a health guarantee. Check out our miniature and toy Australian Shepherds at 1010aussies.com or call us at 817-213-6698. Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network, radio for a reason, here in the Fishbowl. And the reason we're going to talk about today is a little bit about cannabis. Billy, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. I'm a little discombobulated today. I've been working, getting stuff going. But it's awesome to be here and be able to talk about what's been going on. That Trump did reschedule it from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3.
Okay, I had it
because again,
backwards.
Schedule 1s are like, crack and everything.
Crack
Is whack. Everything that doesn't have any type of medicinal value or, it's highly addictive. So he moved it to Schedule 3. It's progress.
Wait, now
It's progress.
Now, as a Schedule 3 drug, they can now start testing for the positive effects. Like the FDA can start looking at it in a positive
Correct.
way and start running research on it.
Correct. Research will now probably become more beneficial because, they want to tell you there wasn't ever any research, but there has been, but it doesn't go the way they want them to. So it kind of just, it gets pushed back. Because remember, at one point, up until about 5 or 6 years ago, our government had a patent on cannabis and the cannabinoids.
Really?
They sure as hell did. Can't have a patent on vitamin C. Can't have a patent on,
Vitamin
calcium.
B or
You can have a patent on this, which prohibited anyone from doing it. And they even said in the patent, it's proven neuropathic and all the things that it did. It was proven. And then they let that go once, people really kind of got onto the legalization bus because, there's, you can't hide it anymore. The good that it does. And even though it's on Schedule 3, what they're saying is you will still have to have some sort of pharmaceutical grade, but let's face it, it's on Schedule 1 now, and there are plenty of people who go meet up with Kevin behind the 7-Eleven and get
Or Carol.
Yeah, or Carol. God, this Carol, she sounds like she sounds like
everywhere.
She is.
She's
And she
everywhere.
don't know what she's doing.
Yeah.
But it is really good. It does open up that research for everything, and once they do start doing the research and seeing and the clinical testing, hey, pick me, they will be able to see the good that it does. I remember a couple years ago, because you'll hear about studies, there was a study about CBD 6 or 7 years ago and said the horrible things that it did, and it causes A, B, C, and D. But then when you really get into the research and the study, it was synthetic CBD. So you always have to be careful with the studies and what people trying to give you and sell you, because here in Texas there was that whole debacle with the hemp and the CBD over the summer, and Abbott did the right thing with his words and said, hey, we are going to allow this, and there'll just be restrictions and regulations. So now they are talking about some of the regulations coming out, and it is complete horseshit. It is absolutely completely.
What, the regulations that they're going to talk about?
Well, let's say you are a current hemp manufacturer, or you have a farm and you grow hemp, or you take the hemp and you do something with it. You're a manufacturer. Currently, your license usually runs about $250 a year. They're talking about bumping that up to $25,000 a year. If you are a store, like when you're driving around and you see like American Shamans or the CBD stores, the CBD Plus, their license runs about $150 a year, and they're talking on bumping that up to $20,000 a year. That is going to destroy the industry. It is going to just cause it to go back and
To the underground.
right.
To the underground,
And
right.
I don't have any current proof, but I do know that whenever Patrick and his backers that were really trying to do the hemp ban over the summer, it is unfortunately not just alcohol that are lobbying against the hemp industry, because you can look at states where
Alcohol is
hemp
only
and
good 'cause
cannabis
they're threatened.
Right. Well, if you look at states where cannabis is like totally legal, the alcohol sales have plummeted, and
People want an alternative.
exactly. So here, it's unfortunate that when the hemp ban was trying to take place, that you could kind of trace it back to the Texas cannabis industry, the people who run something called compassionate cultivation. Because there's only so many places where you can get medicinal cannabis here in Texas, not flower. Oh, and the hemp ban, in effect, it will destroy. You won't be able to have any vape pens. They won't be able to sell any products from China, which I kind of like. There will be no flour. Just this. It's kind of like the Texas cannabis program. It's edibles. It's tincture. It's enemas. It's this. It's that. Yeah, girl.
Enemas. It's a new way.
It is. Well, did y'all ever hear of a lovely thing called boofing? Chase is young. He might have heard.
Have you boofed? Have you boofed?
Yeah, Chase doesn't look like he would be a boofer, but so boofing is where people would take alcohol and stick it directly in their butts.
You do not look like a
No, that's what I said. He ain't no boofer.
What? Just like grab it and just you got to turn it upside down and just you drink it through your butt.
You just put it because
the coffee.
yeah.
Oh.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, the theory is,
You,
and
like,
it's a
shove
good
wasabi
theory,
in his ass or something like that.
when we're talking about like THC enemas and things like that. All your red, wet, shiny surfaces, like the inside of your mouth, your gums. That's why that tincture works so good on your dogs when you give it to them.
Oh, okay.
It immediately absorbs into the red, wet, shiny surfaces, goes into the bloodstream immediately. Just the same thing with sticking stuff up your butt. It's immediately pulled into that.
If I want to choose a red shiny surface, I'm choosing my mouth. It's,
Right.
It's just a little easier and more conducive.
See, but the thing of it is once you stick something up your butt and it gets absorbed, you ain't getting rid of it. There's no throwing it up. There's no, it's in there.
Bartenders beware.
It's in
because
there.
bartenders beware because if someone comes to your bar and just turns upside down and says, I'll take a shot.
It's a whole new term to the word body shot, and I don't want it. So anyway,
No. I draw the line, but
Butt shots.
God.
Butt shots. Oh my God.
What happened to just like trash cans full of Everclear and purple stuff, man? You
Yeah.
know, but anyway,
That led to the butt stuff. All started with the trash can punch.
There you go. There you go.
So
Down to
anyway,
nine.
yes, they do have like THC and CBD enemas. They also have like tampons for women because
I could
red,
maybe
wet,
get
shiny
behind that.
surface. It, you know, here you go, bitch. Calm down. Take one of these. Because I have
That's genius.
right?
That motherfucker, that's fucking genius.
Take one of these.
Poop.
Boom. Exactly. Right there. Right there. Happy days are
Where do I
here
get
again. I will look for you. I had some guy, some
Girls, let me text my friends.
it was at some convention and some
That's
guy walked up.
wild.
He had him in his pocket. He's like, "You want one?" And I'm like,
He
"What the
had
hell
it
is
in
this?" And he goes, "It's a THC enema." You remember at the
Oh.
end of Ferris Bueller when the
I don't
principal
remember
gets
an
on the-
enema in Ferris
on the,
Bueller.
on the bus and the weird kid like pulls out the candy. He's like, "It's
Oh.
in my pocket. It's a little warm." And it was a little melty.
Like
That's
Napoleon
what-
Dynamite.
I was
Peter
like,
Nuts.
I was like, no, I don't want that. But in theory, it is a great thing. So that's where tinctures work is like
lost when I'm
the red,
keeping-
wet, shiny surfaces, things like that. But what the hell was I talking about?
I don't know. Pitbull's still wondering about the hemp tampons.
Girl, they can make they can even
The
make
one
the
thing I got
actual
out of this
they can
conversation.
even make
Wow.
the fiber and the string out of hemp. Like the inside of a hemp plant.
I don't
is
think you'd be able to
softer
buy
than
it at
silk.
CVS
It's a
or
not yet.
Target.
It's
Target.
softer than silk. But anyway, so what this is going to do, and
You're
of
down
course
at the
it's
corner. Hey man, you got any
Hey,
of those
man,
tampons?
you got any of that hemp herd silk stuff, huh? But
You got light or extra? I need super.
okay, real quick off
heavy right
question,
now.
Pitbull,
What?
Pitbull. Guys, y'all might want to cover your ears. Guys, cover your ears. This is a girl question. So when I don't have to buy them anymore. 'Cause,
I'm
you know,
even scared.
I'm in the change. But when you go and it's like, this one holds 3 to 6 grams. Who the fudge knows? Who measures that? Who weighs it?
The manufacturer, it's science.
But do you go home
It's
and
like
weigh
how they-
yours and like, oh wait, I need
Well,
the
no, they
6 to
put a
8
thing
gram
of-
one.
They put a cup of water and they see how much of it absorbs.
I'm talking
seen
about
that in
you
commercials.
personally. How
What
do
the
you
fuck I
know?
care. I'm gonna go. Oh, it's wet. I'm gonna change it up.
But always they're like, if your flow is 5 to 6
fuck are we
grams,
talking
use
about?
this. 6 to 7 grams, this, and I'm like, who even knows? Who even
Where
knows?
did we go?
Anyway, here
Where
we go.
did we go?
Here we go. Let's go.
Mongo, help me!
Manga. Oh, but and California, that's the only good thing they got going on down
Yes.
there. So basically, I think they
Mongo
just
is the only thing they have good.
Mongo
going on in
and their
California.
cannabis industry.
Yeah, and
It's
you know
like-
what? We're going to bring Mongo on in a minute, and we're going to talk about the marijuana tampons.
Yes.
I mean, there are a lot of marijuana tampons in California, but they are walking the streets.
Exactly.
but-
Exactly. Bunch of douche canoes. But anyway, so this new thing that they are proposing, it hasn't happened yet, but if it does happen, if last year these businesses were paying 150 to 250 a year for their license, and believe me, they all had to jump through hoops to begin with to get these licenses, because even now, with cannabis being federally kind of legal on Schedule 3, a lot of these businesses still can't have a bank account because they have CBD in their name. Or even legal businesses like in Vegas, I mean, you
So if I
can.
don't have it in the name, I'm good.
Well, there are businesses still in Vegas that have shipping containers buried in the desert where they have to take their cash because they don't have bank accounts. They're not allowed to have.
Watch
bank
where you
accounts.
dig in Vegas.
Mhm,
You're going to
there's
either
no
come
time.
up with a shipping container or a body.
Either
one.
That's on a body.
I mean, I was
Or a
watching
part of
an
one.
episode of Chicago PD the other night, and they hired like ex SEALs, and this is true because when I was watching, I'm like, this is exactly true. They will hire ex Navy SEALs or ex Marines and armored trucks to transport their cash to a secret location, and then they just have to deal with it from there. So hopefully,
That's
with it
for another
being-
episode.
right? Exactly, but with it being federally changed now on a different schedule, it will open up the research. It will open up banking opportunities. It will open up businesses being able to be run a little more fairly, because
Yeah.
they really have to jump through hoops to even be in business. So every time you pass by one, and I'm not talking about a head shop, a gas pipe with, pipes and stuff, a legitimate CBD store with legitimate products on its shelf. They really have to jump through hoops to be there. And this is really going to affect them. So if you're interested in this sort of stuff, just keep your eye open. Just keep your eye on it. Call people, call your local representatives. There's numbers to Austin. I'll be putting up, definitely Dan Patrick. Let them know what Texas wants, because they're not listening to us. They're just listening to their own little special needs. Again, alcohol is a big lobbyist. And, for a cannabis company to come in and try to screw people out of feeling good, especially veterans here in the state of Texas, it drives me nuts. I mean, I really hope Hometown Hero is able to put up a fight and help this.
We will see. We're going to hear more about this next week, but we're running out of time, and I want to bring in
Carol.
Mongo.
Carol's
Not
fault.
Carol. Carol's fell off the mic.
All I'm thinking about is what I'm going to name my tampon hemp company.
Nice.
All
Tampon
right.
Tim.
Thank you, Billy. A wealth of knowledge in a little bit of time.
Twat,
We are
twat.
definitely going to be getting more on this later on in the weeks ahead. Want to bring on Mongo with the famous Mongo log and Tampon, California.
Sonny.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about Tampon, California, but he was interesting.
Mongo, it kind of went off the rails a little bit. I don't know if they have those in California, the tampon shops, and full of hemp and marijuana, but
I need you to go do some research.
Pitbull needs research done.
We've got the hemp shops in Roxy Not Go, but I've never asked the clerk if they've got any tampons.
You are now.
Now you have to ask.
I've never asked anywhere in my life.
Mongo, always a pleasure to see you, brother. Once again, this nation is really giving you a wealth of information to bring forth the Mongo logs. I'm sure your brain is going in 30,000 different directions.
Dude, literally, I'm so far ahead right now that what I've written is going to be old news by the time I get to it.
I know. I bet. So without further ado, let's kick it off with the famous Mongo log.
All right, here we go. The Somali scam in Minnesota. The term "a perfect storm of fraud" in Minnesota refers to a significant increase in fraudulent activities, particularly related to government programs, which have been exacerbated by the rapid distribution of federal funds during COVID-19 pandemic. Minnesota is currently facing a significant fraud crisis, with investigations revealing schemes that could total over $1 billion. This situation has drawn national attention due to the scale and complexity of the fraud, particularly in programs designed to assist vulnerable populations. Minnesota has been under the spotlight for years for Medicaid fraud, including a massive $300 million pandemic fraud case involving the nonprofit Feeding Our Future. Prosecutors said it was the country's largest COVID-19 related fraud scam, and that the defendants exploited a state-run, federally funded program intended to provide food for children. Last month, President Trump said out loud what most of us have probably said in private and under our breath. Trump called Somali immigrants garbage and that they can contribute nothing. He went on to say that he doesn't want them in our country and, quote, "I'll be honest with you," someone will say. "Oh, that's not politically correct." Well, I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country is no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. They've destroyed our country, and all that they do is complain, complain, complain. And that's a direct quote. I'm pretty sure that under his business suit is the spandex superhero clothing of Captain Obvious. Trump reads our minds, understands our frustrations, and boldly broadcasts out loud for the villains in the media to hear him and manipulate the actual truth. Almost overnight, pressure from the Trump administration turned a state scandal into a periodically dominated Minnesota headline that for at least 6 years in the national news. The Somali population in Minnesota primarily began to grow in the early 1990s This influx was largely due to civil war in Somalia, which started in 1991 and caused widespread instability and violence. Many Somalis fled their homeland seeking safety and better opportunities. Many of the newer arrivals moved to Minnesota with the assistance of voluntary agencies such as Lutheran Social Services and of Minnesota and Catholic Charities. Somalis who had arrived early have been assisting the more recent immigrants. Initially, in an effort to attract the new voter demographic, Minnesota offered decent entry-level jobs in the meatpacking industry, which employed many of the early Somali migrants. The state's reputation for offering generous public assistance programs was another magnet to keep the Somalis in Minnesota, as well as acting as a beacon for more to arrive. Somalia is located in the Horn of Africa, bordering Ethiopia, Djibouti, and Kenya. The majority of the population are ethnic Somalians and can trace their genealogy back to common forefathers. Somalians are distinguished by their strong and deeply respected traditional clan system. There's a very strong community focus embedded in Somali culture. People are mutually reliant on their family and community to support in meeting essential needs. Most Somalians belong to a clan based on a shared ancestry that generally connects them all with a large network of extended families. These clan ties are determined by paternal lineage through the father, which can often be traced back for generations. Clan loyalty is traditionally very strong and deeply rooted in Somalia. Many Somalians derive their sense of belonging from their ancestry and being born into a particular clan group. Unlike most of our ancestors, most of the Somalis did not come to the United States to work. They came to America to become government dependents and clients of the Democratic Party. In Minnesota, more than 4/5 of Somalis are dependent on welfare, compared with only 1/5 of the native population. Nearly 75% of Somalis are on Medicaid, compared with only 19% of the general population. This shouldn't surprise anyone, however. They are a society of humans that come from a culture of just scraping to get by to survive, combined with strong tribal ties, and have been thrown into the generous and trusting system of government welfare. Of course, there will be fraud. Their culture is not a culture of right and wrong. It's a culture of doing and saying whatever is necessary to survive and benefit the clan. Minnesota's Somalian community has exploited the state's generous welfare system to steal a staggering amount of taxpayer money, possibly upwards of $9 billion or more, in what may turn out to be the largest mass fraud in American history. They've accomplished this by creating hundreds of fake social service businesses that each rake in millions of dollars through the state's welfare programs by pretending to run childcare, healthcare, and food assistance programs. What we see in Minnesota is not a handful of bad actors committing crimes. It's a staggering industrial scale fraud. It's a system that is swamping Minnesota. Unlike typical welfare fraud, where a single recipient has lied about their eligibility or forgot to mention to the state that a family member has passed away while they continue to receive the dearly departed's welfare benefits, the Somali community's fraud in Minnesota is unique in that the organizations involved are initially and entirely fraudulent. In other words, these are not just individuals who found a chink in the system and are exploiting it for social service organizations, fudging their numbers. This is an organization this is organized and intentional. Their entire operations have been created to defraud taxpayers. Minnesota's Democratic Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison have repeatedly ignored the warnings from state employees. Whistleblowers have repeatedly tried to warn the authorities of this industrial-sized fraud. The governor has scolded the whistleblowers for pointing out the obvious fraud. This fraud crisis has led to widespread frustration by Minnesotans who call for greater accountability from state officials. Many residents feel that taxpayer dollars have been mismanaged, prompting demands for reform and stricter oversight of government programs. Governor Walz has assured everyone that the hen house will be closely monitored by a better and observant fox. The FBI and other federal agencies have recently increased their presence in Minnesota to tackle these fraud schemes. They have described the situation as the tip of a very large iceberg. Well, I agree, it's the tip for sure, but it's the tip of a very large and dry, fraudulent dildo that's been screwing the people of Minnesota for too long. This fraud crisis has led to widespread frustration of Minnesotans with calls for greater accountability from state officials. Many residents feel that taxpayer dollars have been mismanaged, prompting demands for reform and stricter oversight of government programs. For the last several years, most attention in Minnesota has focused on what prosecutors called the largest ever case of pandemic aid fraud. It's a sprawling scheme to bulk the federally funded school meals program. Allegations that Minnesota's generous social services programs were being misused have long predated the school meal scandal, and since then, and even more programs have come under fire. Face it, the money giveaway in Minnesota is a shit show, as the famous Ronco commercials of the 70s and 80s used to say, but wait, there's more. And just wait, California is going to blow the socks off what they start peeling back the layers of the fraudulent shit show out there. Out here. Yeah, where I'm at. When I was on the job, I had several occasions to deal with gypsies. I never had an encounter with a Somali. I have seen some strong parallels between the two groups, however. I learned a valuable lesson while dealing with gypsies. They are a culture of scammers and fast talkers. It became pretty easy to know when they were lying to me. I could immediately tell when they were lying because they were talking. I'm getting the impression that the Somali community is exactly the same. Both Gypsy and Somali communities have rich cultural traditions and a strong emphasis on family and kinship. Additionally, both groups have faced social exclusion and discrimination in various societies, impacting their access to education and legitimate employment opportunities. And that, my friends, is that. Whiskey improves with age, and I improve with whiskey. My name is Mongo. Whiskey goes in, wisdom comes out. I smoke cigars and I know things. Mongo is out, and now back to you in the studio. And I think I'm losing my voice.
Wow, Mongo, that was spot on. And you are so right. You know, we got to start pulling back the layers of this fraudulent stuff, and people got to be held accountable, and people have to be imprisoned. And you know, as a politician with a small community like that, if you didn't see what was happening, let me tell you something. You were like, once again, like all the newscasts have been saying, either you were the stupidest man on earth, or you were part of it, And I'm glad that President Trump's going to be out there, you know, holding people accountable for what they've done. And if it turns out to be a politician or a congressman or a governor or whatever you are, man, you have to be called to the table, and you will, you know, go to jail. Or the taxpayers don't deserve to be stolen from.
It's going to be scary how stupid we've been with not only on the state level, but the federal level with our tax dollars and just giving it away with no questions asked.
Well, you know, I was watching one of the podcasts today, and one of the guys brought up, he goes, you know, this is how the politicians go from $170,000 a year job in 3 years to being worth $30 million. Because they're lining their pockets with taxpayers' money, your money, my money, Pitbull's money, Chance's money, Billy Ball's money. All of our money is going into the pockets of these politicians, and they are going to bed and sleeping like babies, knowing that they screwed over the American public.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Elon Musk was uncovering billions of dollars in Doge, and you know, I want that to keep going, because it's going to accountability. And as those Democrat politicians say, is nobody's above the law. Well, that's right. Nobody is above the law. And now the law is going to be working against you. Tim Walz, who just stepped down, or who is not seeking re-election, there's a reason behind that, because he knows the hammer is going to fall on him either way. And he's going to have to set himself up for a little tiny jail cell somewhere.
You look at all the politicians in the Senate and in Congress, or in the House of Representatives, that voted no with regard to making some of those Doge cuts permanent or returning the money. Those are the people that need to be looked at too, because they are getting a kickback. There's a reason they voted no.
You know, and to be fair, I'm sure it's happening on both sides of the aisle.
Oh, absolutely. It absolutely is. Yeah.
Both sides.
You know, it's probably happening on both sides of the aisle. And, you know, this is where the American taxpayer has to turn around and say no more. And I think Trump's doing that. Trump's turning around saying the taxpayers don't deserve this. And if you're fighting against this, if you're not standing up and protesting against the fraud that's happening, guess what? You are probably part of the problem. You're a paid protester as well. You're getting money from the American taxpayer while the rest of the people go out there and work. Just not fair. And, it's a scary thought that it's going to come to a head soon. And I hate to see what the results are going to be.
Yeah, no, it's nasty. And, and the problem is you get the media douchebags like Jimmy Kimmel, the women of the Chew that talk about how everything's cool, but Trump's the asshole.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, these people, these people in The View and these people on the Golden Globes, they all hide behind their millions and millions and millions of dollar mansions and their private security and their TVs. They give not two shits about any one of us, and we hold them at high regard. It's about time that the American public says, down with Hollywood, down with all these billionaires and millionaire stars that plague our TV. You know what? You're nobody. And at the Golden Globe Awards, to step up and be you know nothing about politics, you should just get your award, go home, and be grateful that people still watch you, your wannabes or your has-beens. You know what? Yeah. Just go into your little mansions, drive your expensive cars, raise your shitty kids, and just stay away from everybody else, man.
Transgender shitty kids, be specific. They're not just shitty kids. Sometimes the families have two transgenders in one family. Those Hollywood kids are special.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. It's in the water. Maybe, you know what? They need some marijuana tampons. That's what they need.
I've never heard of that, but hey.
I mean, it could be a big business.
Can they be used like, can you like insert them in your mouth and just suck on them for a while?
Yeah.
There's a little string hanging out.
See, why not? I guess.
Why not? Yeah.
You can floss and get high at the same time.
Butthole.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do, man. Whatever you want to do. We won't discriminate. You can identify
Whatever red orifice.
You can identify as a marijuana tampon sucking person. That's right. That's who you are. Mongo, we are definitely off the rails. I will talk to you soon, brother. Thank you once again for an amazing Mongo log, and we will see you next week.
All right. We'll see y'all next week.
All right. Hey, once again, man, thank you to everybody who has been part of the 99% Radio Network. Thank you to all listeners tuning in. Once again, we do stand behind ICE. We do stand behind all of our law enforcement and our veteran communities. And, Billy just got some bad news prior to the end of the show. And Billy, you want to just really quick, we're just going to memorialize this show real quick. Billy, yeah, sit here.
For all of y'all who live and love in Arlington, like I have for so long, there was the kindest gentleman. His name was Dan Pope. He took photographs that would just make you just look at him in awe and beauty. He captured the beauty of people and situations. And I became really good friends with him when I worked at the ballpark. And he just passed away like 20 minutes ago, and my heart is just broken. He had a book that he was promoting in December called Arlington, the Dream City, and it's chock full of all these beautiful images of Arlington throughout the year. So if you get a chance to look at it, you can just appreciate what a great guy he was, because as beautiful as his pictures are, he was like a million times more beautiful than that. He even put a picture of me in the ballpark collecting food one day at a food drive. And he called me to tell me because he wanted me to have one of these books so I could see it. But sometimes you feel like you're too busy to reach out to people. Don't, because no idea. I mean, this is a total shock to me. So sometimes when you miss that phone call or you miss that text, or you're just thinking about them, just let them know, because you just don't know when's going to be your last chance. And you want people, especially in today's times, to have all the love and consideration they possibly can 24/7. So just remember that, okay? Dan Pope and his beautiful family.
Much respect, baby.
So I ended out. And once again, if you could be anything in this world, man, like Billy said, don't forget others and be kind. Peace.